Live from Swain County Memorial Stadium in Boise Field, it is Swain versus Murphy on a Friday night. We don't have to elaborate that on a whole lot, but we will a little bit later. Gary Ayers along with Cody White, and Cody, it's Hall of Fame night. Volleyball's going on, track's going on, but hey, the main focus here tonight is maroon and white on one end and black and gold on the other end.
That's exactly right. It's this time of year. We got a little bit of chill in the air, a little bit of rain coming down, and it's Murphy week. We all know towards the end of the season you're going to be playing Murphy. It's a different kind of atmosphere for all sports, especially this time of year, but certainly for tonight.
You know, it really is, and both coaches kind of elaborated on that a little bit, and here comes one of our favorite people, Mr. Daniel Kluwer from the West Swain Volunteer Fire Department, and by the way, Sharon Burrell was asking about you tonight, Daniel, so you came in right on cue, brother. You came in right. Thank you so much for all the work Daniel does with the West Swain Volunteer Fire Department. They settle kettle corn over there every Friday night during the home games. But Cody, you're right. The coaches have elaborated on this, talking about everybody's a little more focused. Everybody's just got a little different walk in their step when it's Swain versus Murphy week.
It is, and it's always happened for years and years and years, and certainly now towards the end of the season, you're at the point where you're not grinding on that knife anymore. You're honing that edge.
Yeah.
And we know that both Murphy and Swain always have good programs and have had for years. And so right now it's who can put together the best preparation of practice all week long and stay focused for this game.
Oh, no question. Our Maroon Devils, of course, coming in 7-0. Murphy 5-2. They're 1-1 in conference play. We're 2-0. But there's so much riding now this time of the year. We're looking at 3 weeks left. We have Murphy tonight. We have Cherokee here next Friday night. Then we're on the road at Robbinsville the last week of the regular season. So you can't really look ahead to any game because every conference game is so big.
Absolutely. This time of year, I know I've said that before, but you cannot look ahead. If you look ahead, you're going to end up missing the one right in front of you. It happens to teams every single night. It almost happened to Robbinsville last week with Murphy.
Almost happened to us.
It almost happened to us. So that's the kind of thing you got to do. And it's good to have those little bit of close calls sometimes because it regrounds you and says, you know what, well, I got to stay focused. I got to play hard. I got to hang on to the football. And I got to get prepared for what's right in front of me rather than what's happening next week.
Oh, no question about it. And Coach Sherman Holt, I think, will echo what we're talking about as we bring you this week's Coaches Show right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Hi, everybody. Welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network. I'm Gary Ayers along with head coach Sherman Holt, and we're in a brand new venue this week because this is Hall of Fame week at Swain County High School. We're going to be talking about the people that are going to be inducted coming up in the ceremony this Thursday, and of course on Friday at halftime they're going to be recognized. And Coach, we'll talk about that in just a minute, but right now, wow, we go back and talk about that Hayesville Yellow Jacket football game, and I've got to believe, and you may correct me if I'm wrong, that's one of the more physical, tough games that we have played all year long last Friday night at Hayesville.
Yeah, you know, it was very physical football game, very old-fashioned. You know, Coach McClure does a good job with his kids. They play extremely hard, and they've got some kids that presented some problems, you know, and so it was just a very physical game. It was kind of a defensive struggle for the most part, and finally in the second half, towards the midway through third quarter, we were able to hold on to the football. That was very, very, very important, and we were able to sustain drives and just kind of move the football down the field like we should have been able to do earlier, you know, and hats off to Hayesville. They played real hard, and they had a good game plan. They took away some things that we had done, and so we kind of had to make a couple adjustments. But in the end, you know, football is a very physical game.
It is.
And it's kind of a testament of our kids, of how hard we've prepared and how hard they've worked to go be physical. And so we got to do some things, clean up, but overall you cannot be mad at the way we played and our effort.
Right. Coach, you're talking about the effort. It was fantastic because, for the first 3 quarters, it was a struggle. We had several fumbles, had 3 interceptions, and those turnovers obviously hurt every time against a good Hayesville football team. But I think one thing that impressed me, we didn't quit. That fourth quarter turned this game around because without that strong fourth quarter, we might be looking at a loss instead of a win. But what a great fourth quarter it was, and these guys really stepped up.
Yeah, I think it's a testament not only to our kids but to our coaching staff. They, our coaches do a real good job of motivating our kids, getting them prepared, whether it's your position group or special teams or whatever. But, we went at halftime, and we were not very pleased with what we had done production-wise in the first half. And we got on to them. We challenged them. It was not a go in there and feel good moment. And so coming out of halftime, I feel like we were ready and prepared, with the changes we had made and the motivational aspect of that in the second half. And so you gotta commend our kids, but I also want to commend our coaches for, being a motivator, being a person, people there on the sideline to keep those kids stirred up, because it's very easy to face the adversity that we faced in the turnover game and just, kind of fold and throw the towel in. But, we're not going to do that. Our kids are tremendous in responding when bad things happen. And so we're proud of that, of not quitting, continuing to believe, continuing to fight, scratch, strain, and just having grit. We talk about grit a lot. And so our kids played with tremendous grit in the second half, I felt like. And, we finally were able to do the things that we thought we needed to do to win. And so, just hats off to them again for their effort.
Yeah. Coach, we had some big plays. Reese had a big touchdown pass to Cole Weichel. And then one thing that really impressed me, the running game with Josh Collins and Josiah Glaspie really started clicking in that backfield. And those things together really pull that game out for us, seems like.
Yeah, we had not played Joe in the backfield for, the last 3 or 4 weeks. And going into halftime, we talked about it as a staff of probably having to bring him back in the backfield a little bit more. And it's kind of the two-headed monster. They can't key on Josh if Joe's back there. And so, they did a real good job of sharing the workload. They roughly were – I think Joe had 14 carries, Josh had 19 or 20, something like that. And so it was very even, and it gives us a different dimension, right, and so makes us a little bit harder to defend. And Joe at that particular time, we said it last week, we go with the guys that got the hot hand, and him and Josh were kind of clicking and alternating in that, and so. We felt good about that, and, it's always good when you can add a little more athleticism in the backfield when we put Joe back there.
Yeah. Tough game with the Hayesville Yellow Jackets last week. Maroon Devils, though, persevered and got the job done to stay 7-0. And, Coach, again, coming in this week, as we always like to do, is talk about some people who are really helping our football program and spending money that really backs up these kids and our coaches.
Yeah, our cafeteria staff, they feed our kids every Monday, and local market feeds us spaghetti on Tuesday. And I know we say that every week, but those are 2 constants every Monday and Tuesday that those women in the cafeteria help, and the local market feeds us spaghetti. And then on Thursday, we're going to the nursing home to do a little bit of community service and eat with them. And then Friday, Galbraith Creek is going to feed us our pregame meal. Okay. And so we appreciate all the churches that do that on Fridays. And so that's real big. And then I want to actually give a big thank you to Mark Fortner and Dwight Winchester, big supporters of our football team financially. Yeah. And, I think Dwight's going into the Hall of Fame this week. As a patron and a player, and it's just people like them that give financially to our programs that help, build the experience that our kids get to have. And so I wanted to take a moment just to say thank you to Dwight and Mark for what they do for us financially. Huge supporters of our football team and all our athletic teams and our schools. And so we just want to thank them for their contribution and support and believing in what we're doing. Right. And that's the biggest thing is people are willing to help, and you just got to be able to ask. You got to be able to be involved with the community. That's a big part of it. And so we just want to thank those people.
Oh, no doubt. Talking about that, as you can see, fans in the background, we're in the Hall of Fame building that I think was really a vision of a couple of folks who I think really made this happen. Robert White, of course, one of our initial Hall of Fame inductees, another great athlete and great friend, Steve Claxton, along with others, really helped make this a possibility. And, Coach, going in this week, as you mentioned, let's talk about the folks who are going to be inducted this week. We have 7 outstanding not only athletes but people who are going to be inducted this week. You talked about Dwight Winchester. I've kind of labeled him the 3 W's. We've got Dwight Winchester, who's a great patron and was a very good player here as well as an athlete. We've got Melissa Watkins, outstanding basketball player. Her numbers are just incredible, and you'll see more of those later this week. Zach Weeks, one of the best offensive lineman we've ever had here at Swain County High School, went on to play at Western Carolina University, all-conference at both levels. Then we got the M&M boys. We've got Mark Manley coming in here, and the Manley name has been associated with Swain High for so many years. And we got Spencer McCoy, another state champion wrestler. You'll hear more about that. And then 2 beloved coaches who I think made us all better, not only as coaches but as people, talking about Dickie Inslee and Pat Colville. And Coach, these people just mean so much to those of us who knew them. And, wow, just an outstanding group that we're going to be inducting this week and talking about more as the week goes on.
Yeah, when you mention those names, it just adds to the legacy that we have here at Swain County. Yeah. And, those people, whether they played, whether they coached, whether they're patrons or donors, it takes tremendous people, to be part of a championship team. Yeah. And it don't matter, skill level is very, very important. But you talk about all those people and you look at what they did or what they are doing now throughout their life, it just gets better as they grow and develop and they mature and they get into the business world. And so it's not only the athletic part of it, it's like you said, making people better, in a coach's standpoint, and I take that very seriously, because every day we have an opportunity to influence people like those 2 coaches that you mentioned that have influenced countless people over the years. Yeah. And so it's a very special week for us here at Swain County because we get to induct 7 people into our Hall of Fame that have poured so much into our program, whether it be by playing, whether it be by coaching, whether it be by financial support or just willing to help. And so it's a big week for not only those people and their families, but for our school, our community. And, we're looking forward to being able to honor these 7 people and recognize what they have done for our school.
Oh, no doubt. Makes us all proud to be Maroon Devils. And, Coach, coming in this Friday, wow, it's all we have to say is Swain versus Murphy. Anybody who's been around here any time at all realizes, wow, there's so much tradition about this game. There's always, seems like every year, so much riding on this game, and this year is no different. We saw Robbinsville get a close win over Murphy last Friday, but Murphy's still in the playoff picture, along with our Maroon Devils, along with Robbinsville. I think we're the 3 teams still fighting for a conference championship, and obviously the playoffs that come later. But it seems like every week in the Smoky Mountain Conference we see some great athletes. Last Friday, for example, at Hayesville, we ran into Taylor McClure. This Friday, we're going to run into Hunter Stalkup, just one of many good athletes at Murphy. And these kids always bring a special dynamic to their respective team, don't they? And it makes it hard every Friday to come out with a win.
Yeah, we talk about the level that our conference plays at every week, I think, and it not only it just gets tougher, and so there's not much that you like you said, Swain, Murphy, you just mentioned those two schools, and it's a very traditionally rich rivalry, and it's because of two programs that have been very successful, and so normally when you have that kind of creates the rivalry and the competitive nature between two schools. And so Murphy, Coach Watson does a real good job. They've got the Stalkup kid. A kid that I think's a little underrated is the Cameron Clem, the other tailback, number 5. He's a tremendous athlete. They got a couple kids that are at wide out, and you talk about Murphy, and they run the football, but they have been very successful throwing the ball at certain times. And so the Scogan kid, we got to keep an eye on him, and it's just they've got 4 to 5 different things that they do, and they do it very, very well. And so it's just again, we got to have a good week of practice, good week of preparation. And, our kids come in yesterday. They were locked in. We had a real good meeting, film study, had a good practice for about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And, you could tell it was Murphy. You could tell it was a traditional Murphy week. Kids are focused. They're a little more, I'm not going to say like wired, but they're just very focused yesterday on a Monday. And so we like that. But, it's going to be an old-fashioned Swain Murphy game, in my opinion. Yeah. We both are very similar, I think, and so it's going to be probably come down to who can take care of the ball. That's a big one always. And then in the line of scrimmage game, who can win the battle in the trenches as far as that's going to be a big key for us this week in practice, is we have got to be able to control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football.
Yeah. Coach, and talking with, of course, the legendary David Gentry, he and Coach Dietz were both inducted into the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame just a while back, and legendary coaches. And I've talked to Coach Gentry, and he'll tell you, he'll just tell you right up front. He says, man, he says, we always had a hard time winning at Swain. Now, when they came to our place, we felt pretty good, but we just had a hard time winning at Swain when he was the coach there. And so that says a lot about not only our players, our coaches, our field, but a lot about our fans as well, doesn't it? Because it's tough for anybody to come in here and win a ball game.
Yeah, fan support's huge on Friday nights, and I would encourage everybody, Friday to come and support these young people and just enjoy a good high school football atmosphere. We got a really nice stadium. We got nice facilities, and we're playing a really good football team.
Yes.
And not that we don't want you to come every week, but when we're playing really good football teams, it adds a little bit to the mix of it. And so we would encourage everybody to come, because I know one thing from last Friday, trying not to jump back, but we had a tremendous crowd at Hayesville, and the people on the fence. And I remember when we scored that go-ahead touchdown, it felt like we were at home, honestly, because it just roared. And so I'm big on home field advantage. That's great. And we need to pack Memorial Stadium, not only to support the kids, but Hall of Fame night recognition at halftime, be here to support these people that have done a lot for our school. And so it's a great opportunity. I told our kids yesterday, you have an opportunity this week. And so now I guess I'm challenging the fans. Hey, you got an opportunity this week, to come watch two really good football teams go at it. And, I'm excited about, what we can do as a team, what we can do as a community. And that's a big part of it. So I encourage everybody to come Friday and cheer these boys on.
Yeah. Coach, one final thought. Again, the Hall of Fame committee has done a great job. Had a great golf tournament last Saturday at Smoky Mountain Country Club. And talking about this stadium, it was recognized this week in an article, I think, with the Asheville Citizen as one of the 10 most beautiful high school stadiums in western North Carolina. That says a lot about the stadium, the folks who have put this together. And again, we want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for their gracious and outstanding golf tournament last week to help in what we do here at Swain County High School.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the board members of the Hall of Fame about the golf tournament, and what a great way. I know they give all that money that they raised in their golf tournament to the ring fund.
Yes.
And that is just another aspect of what we have here at Swain, where people are willing to put in time, effort, work their tails off just to benefit kids.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about. That's why, I think everybody that's in education, coaching, whatever it may be, we do what we do because we care about young people and what they develop into. And so we just want to thank the Hall of Fame committee for not only the Hall of Fame induction this week, but a great golf tournament last weekend and being able to donate all that money to the ring fund. And so it's just a special place. I've said it before, and it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have money to buy state championship rings. And so, we're just thankful for those people and thankful for what they mean and what they continue to do for not only our kids, but us as coaches and just support us in what we do. So we want to really thank them for everything they've done.
Oh, no doubt about it. Fans, that's going to wind it up on this week's Coaches Show. Kickoff is just around the corner. Again, all we have to say is Swain versus Murphy. Stay tuned. Yeah. Fans, welcome back. As you can see down on the field, the Maroon Devil Marching Band as we're getting ready to take on the Murphy Bulldogs. A lot of other activities going on this week, and we're going to talk about those a little bit before we get underway with the national anthem. But when you talk about these two teams, Cody White, we have a slight edge in the overall series. We've won 41, lost 33, and tied 2. But Murphy's won the last 5 in a row, and it was 20-14 over at Murphy last year, and I think that's what fans remember is what have we done the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, they're always going to remember the most recent, which is the best thing to remember. You can't dwell on the past. But certainly it's our time to get back on top of this rivalry.
It really is. The band is going to be performing the national anthem in just a moment. In the meantime, we'd like to remind you, coming up tomorrow, just up at Governor's Island, I keep calling it Ferguson Fields, but it's now Katua. The Smoky Mountain Cross Country Championships are going to be held tomorrow morning at Katua, start time at 10 a.m. And then on October 28th, the 1A West Regionals are also going to be held at Katua. That'll be 2 weeks from tomorrow, obviously. And then the following, on November 4, the 1A State Champion cross-country events are going to be held down at Beeson Park in Kernersville. So, and we know our girls are outstanding. Cody, I think we've won 3 consecutive state championships, and that's just impressive.
That's very impressive. I mean, we used to have an excellent cross-country program years ago, and it looks like we've redeveloped that, and it's unbelievable. Right now, we are the ones on top. We are the kings and queens. Oh,
no question about it. And also talking about that, we have men's soccer coming up next week on Monday. It's going to be at Cherokee. Then on Wednesday next week, we're going to be hosting Highlands. The following week, on Monday, October 23rd, we're going to be hosting County. And then on Monday, October 30th, the first round of the state playoffs get underway for men's soccer. Now, we're going to be talking about volleyball here in just a minute. And by the way, as we see the band on the screen, and we also see a lot of umbrellas popping up out there, the band is going to be competing tomorrow over at AC Reynolds. And our band has already won several awards, Cody, as you know. So hats off to our band for a great season as well.
Absolutely. They're doing a great job. And you got to commend them for being out here in the rain with all of their instruments and still being committed into play. And so that's certainly props to those folks.
Oh, no doubt about it. As again, we are experiencing some rain here, and again, there's you can see on the screen the marching Maroon Devil Band game day at AC Reynolds. That's going to be coming up tomorrow, and of course, if you ever been over there, it's just past Asheville. And Reynolds, of course, a great high school over there, great facilities. They used to be 4A, I think now they've bumped down to 3A, but always very competitive and I think in everything over at AC Reynolds, not only in athletic activities, Cody, but band and anything else they get involved in.
Anything else they can get involved in, they're going to have some sort of competition around it, that's for sure.
And right now we're going to take a break, and we'll be back as we continue on the pregame show live right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Ellie attends the Church of God and participates in basketball, track, cross country, and JV cheerleading. Her future plans include to go to a 4-year university for business management.
Father in heaven, we give you praise and thanks for the opportunity to be here tonight. We ask your blessing on the game we are about to play. Give each player the courage to play this game in a manner that by our words and our actions is pleasing to you. Let us enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for the members of the opposing team. We ask you, Father, to bless each and every one of us. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
At this time, we'd like to pay tribute to this great nation of ours with the playing of our national anthem. Please remain standing, remove all headwear, and all talking and other distractions cease as the award-winning Marching Maroon Devil Band plays our national anthem.
Wow, what a great round of applause for the Maroon Devil Marching Band. And one of the reasons why there's a lot of noise, Cody, is, hey, there's a lot of folks out here. I know the rain might impact the crowd a little bit, but we still see a lot of folks over there just coming into the gate as we're just, we're still 15 minutes or so away from kickoff. So a lot of seats, but a lot of folks still trying to get in.
Oh, yeah, they're going to be here rain or shine. I know that a lot of them are probably still sitting in their cars. You can see they're packed around the awnings of the concession stand and the Hall of Fame building there, but I'm sure they'll start trickling in the stands if this rain can let up, certainly for kickoff.
Oh, no doubt. Fans would like to remind you again about some other activities. Smoky Mountain Conference Volleyball Tournament gets underway tomorrow as the JV tournament will play their first 2 rounds. Swain will play Robbinsville. Now, this is JV volleyball. Make sure we get that straight because I'll explain in just a minute. JV volleyball. Swain will play Robbinsville at 1 tomorrow in JV action at Andrews. In varsity play, the Lady Devils will play Tuesday at 6 p.m. at Andrews against the winner of Robbinsville and Andrews. Again, likely, you never know, but it's going to be Robbinsville. And Cody, we've played Robbinsville twice in varsity action. Beat them here, beat them at Robbinsville. We might be looking at round number 3.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of people maybe listening to this. There's nothing makes me happier than to beat Robbinsville 3 times in a row. So the girls are playing great. They've come together. They're really showing a lot of good teamwork and a lot of good effort out there on the court. So hopefully they'll be able to continue that. And if they face Robbinsville again, I hope they give them number 3.
Hey, there you go. And by the way, again, all matches for JV and varsity play going to be played at Andrews High School. Admission $8, and again, JV play gets underway tomorrow. And the way the rest of the varsity bracket gets underway on Monday, play actually gets underway. Our Lady Devil volleyball team has a bye. Again, they're going to play Tuesday against the winner of Robbinsville and Andrews. Robbinsville a 3 seed, Andrews a 6 seed, and also getting a bye is Cherokee. Cherokee, the number 1 seed, they're going to be playing Tuesday against the Hayesville versus Murphy winner. So a lot of good volleyball, but, I was surprised because I thought last night was senior night at the volleyball match that was played here at Swain County High School hosting Andrews, but then I found out we don't have a single senior on that team.
That's amazing.
It really is. It really is. Because I was asking, we had Hall of Fame last night, and we'll talk about that more as we go on. But so I asked Joe and Toby, I said, wow, how are we going to cover both? And, well, we can't cover both. And no, it's not senior night because there are no seniors. But what a great year!
That is a great year, and to know that there's not any seniors and that all of these girls are going to be coming back is a great thing for the volleyball team.
And no doubt about it. By the way, we're going to have a trivia question coming up near the end of the first half, and so get your thinking cap on. It's going to be sponsored by Bryson City Cabin Rentals. The trivia question going to take you back a day or two and tell you about a great athlete that played back in the day. And talking about that, Cody White, tonight is Hall of Fame night. Our Hall of Fame inductees, they may be a little wet by halftime, but they're going to be recognized as we had the induction ceremony last night. Of course, 2 of our beloved coaches, Pat Cobble and Dickie Inslee, have passed on. Dickie Inslee used to live just literally a couple of 100 yards up the road here. We miss them greatly. Great athletes, Mark Manley, Spencer McCoy, Melissa Watkins, Zach Weeks, and Dwight Winchester were all inducted last night. And now that's a list of who's who among Swain athletes in some ways.
Absolutely. Every single one of them in at least one sport and most in multiple sports, just like we always do here at Swain. You're going to play multiple sports. And it's good to see this. It's good to see the recognition for the athletes that's come before. And hopefully it's something for the current athletes and future athletes to be able to look at and say, this is not just somebody I want to be like, somebody I want to do better than, and be able to perform at that level.
And just a couple of brief highlights about some of these great athletes. Mark Manley, for example, as you mentioned, stand out in football and baseball, hit .467 as a senior. The Conference Player of the Year, All-State player, great tight end, one of our earliest tight ends, had 180 yards receiving in one game against Hayesville. Spencer McCoy, what a versatile athlete he was. He was a 3-time state wrestling champion, winning 2 of those here at Swain. Perfect 50-0 record as a wrestler, and still played college football at Western Carolina and Mars Hill, and was a great football player here at Swain.
Absolutely, and again, a multi-sport athlete, and shows how those things can help you develop from one sport to the next.
He really did. He ran track as well, so he was involved in a lot of things. Melissa Watkins' numbers are just eye-popping. Melissa Watkins excelled in 4 sports. She was a 4-time, not just 1 or 2, 4-time all-conference selection, all Western North Carolina 3 times. Twice she scored over 450 points in a season, and her numbers are just crazy. She averaged almost 20 points and almost 10 rebounds as a 4-year career.
That's unbelievable.
That's pretty good. Isn't it?
That is pretty good. You hear those numbers towards the end of a career, but certainly not at the start. But she was able to maintain that. Unbelievable.
And she really was. Zach Weeks, as you know these guys. Smoky Mountain Conference Lineman of the Year as a senior. He was all Western North Carolina. Just a very solid player, and I saw him last night. I think he could still suit up. He never lost a game to a Smoky Mountain Conference school during his playing days. Not many guys can say that.
There's not a whole lot. I can't say that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
There's that. That's unreal, and I really do like the recognition specifically for some of these players that aren't necessarily what we refer to as the specialty players in football. I mean, Zach is an offensive lineman, but as we know, as a running back as I was, I couldn't do anything if it wasn't for the people like Zach Weeks and Mitchell Green, Dusty Lawson, and all those that played up there. So it's great recognition to show the work and effort that these guys put in to be able to elevate everyone around them.
Oh, no doubt about it. 4-year starter at Western Carolina. Quick story. I told it last night. We played at Texas A&M when he was at Western Carolina. He played against the All-American defensive end Myles Garrett at Texas A&M. Let me tell you, not one sack on the day for the All-American against Zach Weeks.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So who's the All-American there?
Exactly.
Right.
Now, of course, Myles Garrett's one of the highest paid players in the NFL. He and Bosa are the top two defensive ends in the entire NFL.
Wow.
So it's a pretty good level there, too. Then Dwight Winchester, we talked about him. 4-sport letterman. Again, 12 varsity letters, 2-time state championship football player on 2 great teams, selected for the East-West All-Star football game. And he has been such a supporter. Coach Sherman Holt talked about this in the pregame show. People like Dwight and Mark Fortner, for example, they just keep giving to Swain County High School.
And I was glad to see that not only Dwight was in there as an exceptional athlete, we all knew him as an exceptional athlete, but it didn't just stop there. He's become, and I was glad to see it on there, as a patron and an athlete, because he is 100% Maroon Devil, 100% Maroon through and through. And like you said, anytime you ask him if they need something, he's going to make sure they get it.
He really does. And by the way, found out something interesting last night. The football team went over to pay a visit, some community in-service work, if you will, and they visited Mountain View Manor.
I saw that.
And just a wonderful thing. And I found out last night, I didn't really, I wasn't cognizant of this, but the folks at Mountain View Manor, one of our best audiences, because they're out there listening and watching every Friday night. Bobby Game, of course, does a great job. And it was just kind of thrilled my heart to realize those folks like to watch Maroon Devil football.
That is good. Well, it's still there. I mean, just because their location changed doesn't mean they still don't believe Maroon and right. That's for sure.
Oh, no doubt about it. So again, congratulations to our Hall of Fame inductees. Man, I kind of hate this weather because, Cody, this is the kind of weather we dealt with last Friday at Hayesville. Nobody expected it there. Nobody really, I think the chance of rain was 20%. Well, now it's 100%. So it's raining, but I hope this rain doesn't have the effect it had on us last Friday.
Well, and you've got to expect that. You know, that's one thing that I hope we're able to do is running backs, quarterbacks, those that are going to be touching the ball, wide receivers and everything, know the ball is going to be wet. You know what you're going to have to do extra to be able to wrap up on that football. Don't worry about trying to get the extra yard and throw that out there. Make sure you protect the football. As I said before, as a running back, it doesn't matter whether you get another yard. If you don't have the football, it doesn't count. So that is rule number 1, hang on to the football.
Oh, you said it. And Coach Sherman Holt talked about that. He said, that's something we really got to clean up. And because last week was not a real fun week. We actually fumbled it 6 times. We lost 2 of them. Thank goodness we didn't lose more. And we had 3 interceptions in that 21-13 win. But now, Robbinsville, of course, a big win, 26-21 over these Murphy Bulldogs. So, I think Murphy's going to try to bounce back because they realize, hey, now they've got a conference loss. They don't want to fall any further down this ladder.
Yeah, and I imagine that we're going to be doing some stuff. I mean, it's no secret to what Murphy's going to run. They may have some differences in their offense, but they've run the same offense type for the last 40 years. And so I imagine that when we come out on defense, we're probably going to throw them some different defensive formations. Murphy is used to an assignment blocking. So when you come at them from different formations, different looks, people in different places, it slows them down. And that's really all you're trying to do with Murphy is slow down, play discipline, play your gaps as linebackers and as the front. And I fully expect our front to be able to dominate Murphy. So hopefully if we can do that and continue to mine the gaps on defense, that will be just fine. But, again, all Murphy's looking for is that one little hole to squeeze through, and then they're going to take off running. So it's they're kind of like us. They're not going to just not every play is designed to score. But if we play fundamentally on defense, I think we can certainly hold it.
And Cody, I've heard that said before. I'm glad you brought that up. They throw a lot of formations out there, but their big thing is they like that buck sweep and the counter. And they just basically run the same plays out of different formations.
That's all they're doing. They're giving you 5 or 6 different formations, but running the exact same plays. It's more of a trap-type offense. They're going to run some sweeps, a lot of traps out of it. And if you just play assignment football, though, I mean, you can hold Murphy with under 100 yards. I've seen us do it numerous times.
You're right.
So you play assignment football, stick to it, trust the process, and it'll get you there for sure.
And talking about some of those stats, we have 2 of the best running backs in the conference here tonight. Josh Collins is actually the leader in yards gained on the ground, 1,174 yards on 131 carries, 11 touchdowns. That's averaging 167 yards per game. And then Hunter Stalkup with Murphy, 868 yards on only 113 carries. And an eye-popping 15 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's going to be, running back football, and that's what we'd like to see. And if that's what they're going to stay with, especially with the rain, keeping it on the ground, it'll be a fast football game.
Yeah.
But just stay disciplined.
Hey, that's it. And talking about some people we want to recognize, those folks who make us look good and sound good. Joe Holt up there running the show. Emma Dingle is up there. Audrey Zelinka helping out up top tonight. Josh Gordon is actually going to be down on the field, and he's going to be down there in the rain. And the way this rain is kind of coming in sideways, those folks up top, Joe and Emma and Audrey, maybe getting a little of that up there.
Yeah, Dad was talking about that. He brought some rain gear, and he said it's fine as long as the wind doesn't blow, but if the wind blows, you're going to get wet up there.
And, I tell you what, and your dad knows this. I know Joe Holt and the crew, they know it very well. It gets cold up there on top of that press box.
Yeah, it's hot in here. We're comfortable, but it gets cold up here on the top.
It does. Both teams getting ready to come out on the field, and we're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff. So keep it right here in the rain as we'll return on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back to Swain County Memorial Stadium, Boys Dietz Field in the rain. Our Maroon Devils and Brendan Lanning are going to be kicking off, and it's going to be really hard to see who's who out there for Murphy, and here's why. As you can see on the screen, this kick is going to be going toward the sideline, out of bounds, so it's going to be a penalty against the Maroon Devils, and the Bulldogs will have it at the 35-yard line. But it's going to be really hard to see who is who because Murphy has this terrible combination of white jerseys and yellow numbers. And Cody, those are just hard to read.
That's just hard to read. That's all it is. And technically, I don't know. I can't see down there close enough, but we were talking about it earlier. I think that there's technically a penalty at some point, but I don't know if the officials think that they can decipher the numbers, then I don't think they'll call a penalty. But
hey, there you go. So now Murphy coming out with the football, quarterback under center, split backs. Maroon Devils four-man front and got a little reverse action. And around the left side, cutting into the first down marker, that looked like Matthew Stalkup out there, number 20, I think. Can't be sure again because the numbers are hard to read.
It was number 20, and that was just a small buck trap, or I think it was 29.
Might have been 29.
Yeah,
yep. Russell.
It was a buck trap. He found the lane. We got caught looking into the backfield. That's one thing with Murphy. They're going to do a lot of misdirection and look like they're handing the ball off to three different people. But if you just watch the up front guys, there it goes. It's going to go to that far side.
Same play.
Then you don't need to worry about anything else. Just watch those offensive linemen. They will tell you where the ball's
going. And Cody, as we try to get a look at the instant replay again, that play went the same
spot.
spot.
When they'll pull, those come up, that's where the ball's going every single time. So you don't have to look in the backfield. They're going to tell you every time where the ball's going. So really, your linebackers and everyone should look at no one but those front guys.
Wow, that's an interesting concept. And this time, we had a mix-up in the backfield.
Great job.
And the quarterback is going to go down. The quarterback is Brady Grant, a sophomore, but he never made the handoff to the running back and got stuck.
And what that was is not a single offensive lineman pulled right there, which was going to run an isolation play, but the quarterback never got the handoff. And with not getting the handoff there, it was a busted play. But if you look, none of the offensive linemen moved. They just go straight forward. He was going to run an isolation there, but
didn't connect.
Didn't get the handoff.
And here's big Josh coming in. Josh Collins coming in from that linebacker spot to cut him down. Third down now and 8 to go for the Bulldogs. 3 wide. Quarterback in the shotgun. The southpaw looking.
Blitz.
Now he's looking, rolling right. Now he's going to throw it on the sideline. Got his man, and they got a first down inside the 40-yard line. An outstanding pass and catch by Murphy. And, boy, they have the pressure on him there too, Cody.
I got to give the credit to the quarterback for Murphy there with hot on his heels. It looked like he was basically just trying to throw that ball away. As you can see right here on the instant replay, he just kind of throws it and not even looking, and it hits the man right on the money.
And again, an outstanding catch. That's Kenyon Nichols over there, and pulls in the football, and it's a first down. Murphy with 10-12 left to play here in the first quarter, and we've got, looks like, a timeout on the field. We've got an injured player. That is the issue. While they attend to him, we're going to take a break in the rain, and we'll be right back on the Maroon.
Marching band has been doing great this year, winning multiple first and second place awards at their last competition. They have another competition tomorrow, October the 14th at AC Reynolds at 2:20. We also want to congratulate senior trumpet player Tyler Bennett, as he has been selected to perform in Carnegie Hall this February as part of the Honors Performance Series. The inaugural Swain High women's golf team played the first and second round of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship this week, taking second place in conference. On Tuesday, the Lady Devils volleyball team won their game against Robbinsville at the last minute 3-2, and Thursday they played Andrews and won 3-0, securing second place in conference. They'll play in the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament semifinals Tuesday, October 17th at Andrews. The men's soccer team took 2 wins this week at home, Monday against Andrews.
Fans, welcome back. Again, good news. Keontae Graham gets up, goes off the field. We think he's going to be okay as Murphy runs to the left side again. Again, over there, a great open field tackle by Skeet Cook, the sophomore, as he just got a yard or two over there, Cody.
Absolutely, and they were trying to run the trap again. They were trying to run back inside, but we blew it up on the angle there. But again, just watching those guards pull, you're going to tell you exactly where it's going to go.
And, man, that's got to be a good thing for those defensive linemen.
It is. You just have to stay disciplined. It's really hard not to look in the backfield. You want to find the football naturally, but it's really hard just to trust your instincts and know that if they're coming this way, the ball's coming this way.
This time, the quarterback going to roll right, looking right, has plenty of time, scrambling, goes to the sideline, got his man down the sideline again. A good catch and run down there by Murphy. He gets the ball down there to, that's their main offensive weapon, 28. Hunter Stalkup on the year. Everybody talks about his running, but he has 15 catches now for over 300 yards as a receiver.
That's one of their favorite things is they run 2 out routes. If you look, there'll be 2 Murphy players within about 5 yards of each other, and the quarterback has a choice. He's going to throw it to that one or that one, and that's all he's going to do. And one's supposed to be a little bit deeper than the other. That's one of their favorite rollout plays for a passing play.
Josiah Glaspie coming up on the tackle, first down Murphy. Now inside the 25, and here they go again. And this time the Maroon Devils, a lot of hats around, but Murphy keeps moving the pile. Wow, that's close to a first down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and that's just a basic sweep again, a buck sweep. He got inside, and then the offensive lineman just started shoving him down the field a little bit.
Well, they did. They had that push-me technique going on, but that was Cameron Clem, one of their other running backs, 445 yards, averaging almost 8 yards a carry this year.
Oh, certainly a decent running back. You can't close your eyes on him.
So now one man wide left, 8:27 to play, first quarter, split backs behind the quarterback. He turns, misdirection handoff, left side, there he goes, right up the left side there, Cody. We've seen that a few times tonight, and he almost took it in.
He did. They didn't blow the whistle. They thought he was down right there, but he must have been able to keep his feet, and they didn't blow the whistle, and he kept moving.
So again, extra second effort again. That's going to be Hunter Stalkup on the carry. He is their number 1 runner. And he is the Smoky Mountain Conference leader in scoring touchdowns with 19, 15 rushing, 4 receiving. And now Murphy first down and goal and just inside the 2.
Look for Murphy to hand the ball to the fullback right here on a quick trap play. It's probably going to be real quick.
Here it goes.
Right, well, yeah, right there it is.
Right in the end zone. That's going to be Stalkup again. And, boy, you can tell they like that left side, don't they?
They do, and probably what it is they have a big man on the left-hand side right there, and he's their down blocker. They want him down blocking, moving everybody out of the way, and the other guard on this side is much faster, and that's usually what they like to have so that they can pull him and get out in front of those fast running backs.
Now they're going to bring the kicker on for the PAT. Will Joyner is on. He is 24 of 27 this year.
He missed that.
And
no, I guess he got it.
Boy, just barely got it inside the upright. So on the year, he's pretty accurate, 25 of 28 this season, which isn't bad. But again, holding in the rain, kicking in the rain, and we're playing in the rain. And we'll be back after this timeout. 7-0 Murphy here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, Murphy has just scored on a 2-yard touchdown run to take a 7-0 lead on their opening drive. Our Maroon Devils will get the football for the first time here tonight, as Murphy did receive to open the game. Back deep, Josh Collins and Josiah Glaspie. And it's going to be Josiah coming up. And
he's got some room. If they'll cut up right there.
At the 15, cuts back up inside out across the 35-yard line. Outstanding return by Glaspie.
It's a great job blocking. You could tell that hole was opening up, and if he just got up in there, boy, he's going to be able to run.
You're talking about big guys out there, Cody, and they do have some big guys. One of those is on that defensive front. That's big Richard Queen. He is 6'4", 330 pounds. Right in the middle of that line. You can't miss him.
Yeah. I would try to just move him as short distances as possible, but, it's keep pounding at him and make him tired. It looks like he's offsides right there, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, it kind of did. Here comes Glaspie as he runs to the left side. He's going to be tackled over here by Camden Brazil. He's one of their sophomore leading tacklers, 36 tackles on the season for the Bulldogs. And they fix a helmet out there. But, again, it was good to know that our injured player, Keontae Graham, did come off the field. He walked off, and hopefully we'll get to see him back in the game here real soon.
Looks like we're running a T offense, an old-school T offense, which is a modified wishbone, and trying to run the veer and some other things out of it, and probably just giving them different looks, running the same plays, giving them a little bit different looks. But it's certainly a T backfield we got going on. Yeah, Josh Collins on the carry, and Cody, I got to be honest, I'm not sure I can remember the last time I saw 3 running backs on the backfield. It's certainly been a while. We did it a few times, but, Lord, that's almost 20 years ago now. Yeah, they're lined up straight across right behind the quarterback. 3 running backs. And this time
sweet. See if he can get there.
Here's Glaspie out across the 45, close to a first down.
I don't know if he got enough.
Just short, according to the spot right now. Just about a couple of feet short.
Yeah, not even a full yard short there. And let's see what coach is going to do here.
You can see him talking to Reese Winchester down on the field. 4th down and short. Murphy fans, of course, on their feet in the rain, yelling for the defense to come up with a big stop.
We can certainly dominate them up front. We just got to get them moved.
That's it. And here we go. It's going to be Collins again around the side, and he's got the first down. I tell you, it's hard to stop Josh for a short game.
It really is. I mean, if you can get the front moved and Josh gets his shoulders over, hanging on to the football, I mean, you're not going to stop him with just a couple of feet to go. I mean, he's going to be able to fall forward. That's the good thing about having heavier running backs. They will fall forward.
Yeah, and he's 6'1", 187 pounds or so. First down and 10, right on the big Devils logo at the 50-yard line. Again, 3 backs lined up straight across. Here's Glaspie on the toss sweep. And Josiah gets about 3, almost 4, down to the 46.5-yard line. Coming up on the tackle over there is going to be Will Joyner, one of their seniors. Good defensive player, 40 tackles on the year for the Bulldogs.
One thing about their size up front, if we keep moving the ball and constantly just going on that, then some of those big boys like 71 there, he's going to get wore out. He can't last forever. He's big, but golly bum, he's offsides again. I don't know why they won't throw the flag.
Here comes Collins again, right side, kind of jumps over one guy down to the 45. Only got a yard and a half or so. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5, but they do have some big size. Matter of fact, Richard Queen now, the 6'4", 330-pound guy, just checked out to the sideline. So, again, they do have some really, really big size up front. Also up there is 73, Aiden Adams. He's 6 feet, Cody, 290 pounds. So, I mean, that's college athletic size.
It is. It's hard to move. I don't care how big or fast they are. They're hard to move when they're that big.
3rd down now. Maroon Devils need 4. Misdirection. Here comes Glaspie, and he got hit and bounces free. And gets a first down on great second effort. They tried to hit his feet, Cody, but he danced around it.
Looks like there's a flag on the play, and it's in the area of holding right there. And let's see what they're going to call.
Yep, you're right. So, folks, if you're watching, by the way, if your internet gets a little crazy because of the rain, we're having a little bit of an internet issue here tonight on the Maroon Devils Network. We obviously can't do much about the weather. And you're right, Cody, it's going to back us up way back at the 46-yard line on our side of the field, 3rd and 14. So that penalty cost us pretty good field position and a first down.
It certainly did. I didn't get to see it. I didn't see what the call. I mean, I know there was a hold, but we had a lot of those the other week that I never did see the holds.
Here we go, same set. This time.
Oh, he's going to roll out.
Play fake. There's Cole Weichel, but he's got 2 guys around him, and Reese Winchester is going to get about 5 yards. Cole was right behind the linebacker and right in front of the safety, but Reese didn't feel comfortable, you could tell.
And that's a great call by Reese. I mean, sometimes when you're looking at that, you don't want to try to force something in there. Just get what you can get down, and then we'll try to play a game of field position here.
So now 4th down and 10. Maroon Devils are going to punt it away. And dropping back deep for the Murphy Bulldogs is going to be their go-to guy. No surprise, that's going to be Hunter Stalkup, number 28. He's their offensive weapon, 6 feet, 184 pounds. Stalkup.
Good punt. It's going to hit him in the back if he doesn't turn around.
Yeah, boy, it almost did get a Murphy player, and it's going to be down inside the 20. Not a bad job by the punt team.
Now we just need to play a little more discipline on defense. Understand that Murphy's a very, very, very predictable offense. And even being predictable, yes, they do have athletes, and you still have to stop them. But the predictability will help you win 75% of the time. So just play discipline and pay attention.
Oh, no doubt. And our big guys up front doing a good job this year. Grady Lewis, our junior, number 57. Ensei Ufert, number 59. Another junior, and big LD Luquire. You look at it, 3 juniors across the front. This time,
be a holding.
Quarterback throws in a crowd and a penalty flag down. And you're right. I think they were over there. Looks like holding big LD Luquire.
That's what they were doing. Is LD's hard. LD comes in there real hard and fast, and they're trying to figure out ways to stop him because especially on a passing play, he can really wreak havoc there. And chop block. And I saw LD start picking his leg up right there, and that's what they're doing. And that means basically they're what the old school called a high-low. Someone's hitting him high and someone's going at his legs, and that's real dangerous for an offensive or defensive lineman.
Well, you're right, and they've tried to eliminate that. I know at the college football level, Cody, because now so many schools are going away from the old triple option because of a lot of those kind of blocks. You don't see that offense much anymore because of that.
Right.
So now 2nd down. 10 to go for the Bulldogs. They're going to run 2 to the left side. Quarterback is in the shotgun, and he hands off, and they like that. They like around that C gap outside the left tackle, and the Maroon Devils are there with a lot of numbers around the football and a good job up front, especially up there with as they all untangle. That looks like LD again helping out on the stop.
Absolutely. And not only there's little tricks of the trade here in football that you can watch. Not only when the ball is snapped does Murphy tell you where they're going to go, but Murphy and anybody that runs a lot of pulling offense like this will cheat their lineup. They'll cheat their alignment. If you look at them come here, if you look at the guards on either side, they'll either be heavy on their hands or light. See this guard right here is light on his hands. Yep. He's coming this way. So they'll even tell you before the ball snap that they're fixing to pull. And it's little things like that, if you pay attention to, can really help you out in a football game.
There's Stalkup breaking a tackle or two, knocking him out of bounds over there. Is going to be Brandon Frost, but not before he gets a 1st down. And he's another guy who runs somewhat like Josh Collins in the fact that he's very physical. And if you try to arm tackle him, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, and he's not very heavy. He's just a physical running back and really strong. You're not going to bring him down with just throwing your arm out there.
6 feet, 184-pound senior, averaging 127 yards a game. Pretty good defensive player, too, with 25 tackles on the year. He's lined up just a little bit behind the quarterback, got him in motion to this side, and there's misdirection, and into the secondary with a pretty good run is going to be Cameron Clem on that handoff.
Murphy's going to have to be careful here because they're still chopping. I know that there are certain legal aspects of it, but it looks like when they're not pulling, boy, they're chopping our defensive linemen down.
Man, and that's dangerous, as you mentioned. Talking about their size over there, 71. Janthony Gooden, 6'4", 284. Richard Queen, 6'4", 330. So, yeah, they have some size up front. Now they're going to run twins to the right side. 2nd down.
This guard's going to pull again. There you go.
High snap. Quarterback's in trouble. Here comes Collins after him, and he goes down at the 34-yard line. Big mistake by Murphy.
That was a great job by Josh Collins coming in and having the restraint to see, it is a big football game. You're chomping at the bit. But as soon as he saw that quarterback going to sit down right there, he pulled up and just went by him and tapped him. But it's a good restraint not to hit him while he was down.
Oh, no doubt. That'll bring a flag every time when you're back there assaulting the quarterback. Third down now. Dogs need 10 from the 34. 1 minute to play, first quarter. Bulldogs up 7-0.
This guard's pulling again.
On the left
Or is it
side.
Pass and play.
Oh,
there you
Josh
go,
Collins
Josh.
brings him.
Great
Josh
job.
Collins fought off the block of Stalkup and along with LD just hammered him.
I tell you what we're doing there on defense. We're saying, look, we're going to bring Josh Collins. We're going to blitz him every time. You're going to have to deal with him. Yes, you may be able to throw the ball behind him, but you're going to have to deal with him in your face every single play. So that's a great mix-up for Coach Napier and being able to put that in there. And he's just daring them to continue to try to do something about it.
Oh, no doubt. Talking about that, I know your dad's up top. He's got the coaching headset on tonight.
He does. And they're going to be talking a lot up there and seeing if they can make some adjustments.
Here comes a line drive punt. Going to be taking a big Murphy roll, and it's going to roll all the way down inside the 25-yard line. No return. We'll have it 1st and 10 at the 24 with 9 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Boy, Cody, you hit the nail on the head. This first quarter has just zoomed by.
When all you're doing it, when you're completing passes and running the football, it's going to, the time's just going to blow away.
Yeah, it really has. It's been a tight first quarter, as we expected here. We were looking at a couple of other scores around the conference. Haven't seen anything yet, but another big game across the Balsam Mountain over there, Tuscola and Pisgah. And if you've never been to that game, it's just like Murphy Swain, but a lot more people.
Oh, certainly a lot more people. The
Wow.
50-50 there is unreal.
Thousands
it's like
of dollars.
winning the lottery.
It is. It's a huge game.
Counter play, great job. He's
Josh.
got a hole, he's open.
Breaking a tackle around the right side. Collins down the sideline. They finally used the sideline to push him out of bounds, but Josh again, yards after contact.
And I figured that was probably what was going to happen is I knew that Coach was setting up some plays, and then he was going to go to a counter. He's going to suck Murphy in, get him to pay attention to those sweeps, and then you're going to run a counter off the sweep. And I knew that would probably be coming later on in the game. I just didn't know when, and the coach decided to pull it out here. And that's good because that's going to keep Murphy off balance. Now they don't know what's coming, basically like their offense. They catch them looking in the backfield and not paying attention to the front men, and those counters really work.
And I'm not sure they expected this 3 backfield setup. And here comes Josiah, but he's going to be hitting the backfield, and it's going to be losing a couple of yards. He just could not get free at all as Murphy had a lot of hats around the ball. Will Joyner helping out on the tackle.
And it is tough there, and when you're running traps like that, and I know Josiah's a big guy and he likes to get out on the end, but you got to trust the process. If you're going to trap him, you need to stick your foot and get back inside, and he just wasn't able to do it there.
Josiah, 6'2", 200-pounder. That's the end of the first quarter. And our score, 7-0. Murphy Bulldogs on top here in the big rivalry game. We'll be back after this break on the Maroon Devils Network.
There you go.
Fans, welcome back. Second down, and our Maroon Devils are going to need about 14, and the handoff comes to the right side. Here comes Josh Collins again. Blockers in front of him. Dances across the 50-yard line. One of the guys leading the way out there was Mason Cochran, trying to help him out with the blocking. But still, Cody, we're looking at third down, and still about 6 yards to go.
Yeah, it was a slow developing play, but that's
Yeah.
okay as long as Josh is continuing to move upfield or whoever it is carrying the football. And then I would imagine that we'll go back to the counters here soon. Especially on a third down play.
By the way, we are kind of keeping an eye on Keontae Graham, shaken up earlier, but he is on the sideline. He's walking around great, got his helmet on, and I think we'll probably see Keontae back in the ball game. Third down.
Great news.
Around the right side, here comes Josh again. This time the Bulldogs are there to meet him in the hole, but I think he got the first down.
Depends on where they spot him at, but it looks like he's got it if they'll hold it right there.
And again, that's big Aiden Adams on the tackle, 6 foot, 290-pounder. Wow, they're going to mark him a little short. But I'm not sure he is short. Fourth down and maybe a foot.
I would ask for a measurement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would ask for – I mean, he's going to have to. If you can't make the determination,
Coach Holt's asking
You
for
can
it.
call for a measurement.
Coach Holt's down there right now asking for the measurement. And the head referee's not going to give it to him. Fourth down, we got to go for it. Coach Holt is not happy. There's Glassby. He got the first down and a whole lot more down to the 35-yard line. But, boy, Sherman Holt is real unhappy right now with the fact that they didn't give him a measurement.
Yeah, I mean, especially when it's that close. If it's less than a football and you ask for a measurement, you should be granted that.
I agree. Coach Holt's still giving the referee an earful about the lack of a measurement out there, but hey, that's what those chains are for.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but
the inches matter.
Yeah,
in this, for sure.
I mean, a first down in a game like this can be the difference in the game.
The good news is we saw something there that we hadn't run yet, and it was very successful. Good job, Josh.
Oh, Josh down inside the 25-yard line. You know, the way he moves his feet and kind of glides a little bit, Cody, at times, he can really make a guy miss.
He really can, and what I like about Josh is you hardly ever see, even when he's stopping to cut, his shoulders are never over behind his feet. He's always leaning forward, and that's what helps him when you get that arm tackle, when someone gets in your wheels in your feet, that you're falling forward. That's so important as a running back.
First down and 10 now. Maroon Devils just inside the 24. Here comes Josh again. Extra blockers in front of him. Josh in the secondary down inside the 15-yard line. And that's going to be close to another first down. And right now, you know, it doesn't look fancy in the grand scheme of things, but man, these extra blockers are moving the sticks.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't have to be fancy.
Right.
And it looks bad because there are so many people inside a small box.
Yeah.
But if everyone's doing their assignment and just hitting the blocks, though it looks chaotic, it's actually working very well.
Oh, very effective. 9-yard pickup. That works all day. 2nd and 1 now. Here comes Josh again. Those guys right in front of him down to the 10-yard line again, leading the charge. Are those guys in the backfield with him? Mason Cochran is in there and Josiah Glassby. And they're just doing a good job with the extra blocking. First down, Maroon Devils.
The good news is we're just short of the 10-yard. Let's see what they're going to do. I was about to say, the good news is we're just short of the 10, and we're going to get a chance at another set of downs. But that was, for whatever reason, close enough for them to be able to see that they needed to put the chains up. But
Yep. First down and goal from the 10-yard line. Again, 3 backs got a penalty flag. Somebody probably moving a little bit, or somebody offside. We've seen a hat maybe cross that line of scrimmage. And that is going to be offside against the defense.
And it's 71. I mean, he's been doing that all night long. And 74, they're getting so close that they're hanging out over the ball. And what it is they're so big they can't get off the ball fast enough, so they're trying to cheat. I mean, really, that's what it is. They're trying to cheat their way in. It's not really cheating, except when you cross over. But they're just getting too close to that ball.
And they do have some big guys up front, 71, 74. Again, Gooden, 6'4", 284. He's number 71. Queen, 6'4", 330.
Boy, if we go to the veer right here and just hand it off straight up the middle to Josiah.
There goes Josiah into the end zone. Hey, you call that one.
Wide open.
You call that one, and it did pop right through there for the touchdown.
It looked like an audible done by Reese right there, and that was a great job by Reese, seeing how spread out they were and the fact that they had moved a linebacker too far outside to try to take on Josh and hand the ball right off up the middle to Josiah.
So good blocking scheme up front. Of course, our guys across the front, Trent Jones, the center. On that right side, Drew Skaggs, the right tackle, Nolan Fisher. And he's a big guy, 6'5", 276-pound right guard. We're going to line up and go for 2.
And if we do it again, we'll get it again right here.
Big gaps.
There it is again.
Big gaps, and this time.
He just ran too far inside. He's still going, though.
Oh, he's still going. He's on his feet. He goes, they blew the whistle.
Oh, man.
They blew the whistle before he was down.
Yeah, they shouldn't have blew the whistle on that. If he's still pushing, I mean, we saw what happened earlier when Murphy pushed their men for as far as it goes. If they're still pushing, don't blow the whistle. And I think the head man's telling him that over there. He probably blew it a little premature.
Boy, Sherman Holt is out there trying to give these officials some help because, boy, that was a quick whistle.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it was quick. Too quick. So now 7-6. The 2-point conversion, even though Glassby did get into the end zone, they blew the whistle, play dead, and now the Maroon Devils with 8:11 to play in the first half will kick it back to the Murphy Bulldogs. And 2 outstanding teams coming in. Murphy averaging 31 points a game, giving up 24 points a game. The difference is our Maroon Devils averaging 28 points a game on offense, but only giving up 11 points a game on the defensive side. So that says a little bit.
It does say a lot. Our defense is doing good. We saw some adjustments made in the last time Murphy had the football, and so the last possession they had, and I would imagine we'll keep to those and keep trying to adjust and play catch-up every time they get the football.
Ryan Payne on the left, back to return. Hunter Stalkup on the right. And the kickoff is going to be going towards Stalkup. He's going to take it at the 18 to the 20, 25, 30. Down the sideline, he's got some room. Back up the middle of the field. He's a dangerous guy. He's still on his feet at the 45. One of our guys fell down.
Pursuit angle on him. Good job.
And, we had him pinned against the sideline, and it gets loose again. He's still on his feet down inside the 10.
We got a holding back here. I saw that, so that'll be coming back.
So that's going to come back near the 30-yard line. He was actually tackled down near the 2-yard line, but wow, that was a great run by Stalkup.
The only thing that I could see that working in Murphy's favor, that flag, is they reached out, and I don't know whether someone clipped his face mask or not. If they clipped his face mask, that may have been what the call was, but other than that, it's in the area that looks like it's coming back.
And a lot of times on a return.
Blindside block.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So that's a tough penalty for the Bulldogs.
That's 15 from there, too, so that'll back them up.
Yeah, near midfield.
It's still, it still gives them a great field position. You're across the 50, you're in someone else's territory, so it's certainly not what they wanted, but it still ends up decently in their favor.
It really does. Good return by Hunter Stalkup on the season. And, looking at his stats, he's been averaging 24 yards on his kickoff returns. That's a great average.
I was about to say, I bet Coach Holt's going to bring the kicker over here and say, you know what, let's kick away from him next time.
No doubt. And here come the Bulldogs, keeping it on the ground for a gain of 6 down to the 40-yard line. Again, there's kind of a light rain coming down. It's not heavy, but it's just enough to be aggravating.
That's what I was about to say. It's a perfect word. Just enough to get on your nerves. That's it.
Yeah, it's like when you're driving down the road. It's not enough to keep your windshield wipers on constant. You got to put them on intermittent.
The intermittent. Put it up and then put it back down. Can't stand that.
I know. Second down. Bulldogs need 3.
That guard away from us is pulling. His head's too high. Let's see. Isolation.
Right up the A-gap.
Great job.
Yeah. Good job. There's LD Luke Quire in the middle. Also in there, big Insay Uford. And those guys do a good job.
It was a great – I know Murphy's trying that, but that's good for us to show them, look, you may be able to run side to side, but you're certainly not going to run downhill on our linebackers and our front men like that. So they may hang that one up for a little bit and come back to it later.
Third down and 2 when you've got Grady Lewis, Insay Uford, and LD Luquire up there. Again, that wolf front, like your dad likes to call it, that wolf front, 3-man front up there.
And it's easy to hug. There you go. Good job. Get it. Oh, great job.
Boy, second effort and getting some hands on him over there. We almost had him stop short, but second effort pulls it out.
Yeah, we're really able to pack a lot of people in the box. They're not spreading anybody out, and they're doing the exact same thing we're doing. And, they're just going to cram as many people in here and make you stop them.
No doubt. So now, first down and 10 Bulldogs, 6:21 to play here in the first half. Believe it or not, yes, we are midway through this second quarter, 7-6. Murphy up by 1. Twins on the left side. Maroon Devils 3-man front. Quarterback in the gun on 1st and 10. There's a loose football, and the Maroon Devils have it. Maroon Devils have it. There's Grady Lewis on the football, 1st and 10, Maroon Devils.
And we'll certainly have to make them pay for this. I would imagine Coach Holt is going to take his time, run the football, eat up as much clock as you can going into halftime, and you got to make them pay for this. You can't give them the ball back.
That's it. Turnovers were big, as we mentioned last week, in that Hayesville game. Plagued us all night, but the one thing that really impressed me, Cody, was our kids never quit. They played really strong in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they scored almost every single point they had in the fourth quarter there, and most of them within 7 minutes. And that's a good fight that you saw out of the Maroon Devil.
Oh, no question. This time it's going to be Glaspie. He's hit in the backfield, and he spins around and got back to the line of scrimmage. But, there's a late penalty flag over here, and I'm afraid there's going to be a holding call over there on the left side of that play. As we grabbed a guy and basically tackled him with one of our
And the way
backfield
that
guys.
with the fervor that the official threw that flag, I bet it's going to be a personal foul. They're going to call more than just holding.
Yep, you're probably right because it kind of came late in the play. It is a personal foul.
I knew he would. The way he threw that a little aggressively, so it looked like he was upset about something.
So now coming into the backfield is going to be Mason Cochran, who's had a lot of playing time back there, as well as playing over on the defensive side. Coming out of the lineup is going to be Skeet Cook. 5:55 to play here in that second quarter.
You can't give them anything like that. You know, when you got them and you've got the momentum back from a fumble, you certainly can't make mistakes like that.
Second down now and a long way to go. And it's going to be Reese Winchester.
Full body sweep it is.
Oh, here comes trouble.
We missed a block there. We had two guys out here blocking that hadn't touched anybody yet. And they ran past the blocks that they were supposed to make.
And a big play over there for the Bulldogs, as looks like it might have been Braden Killian, number 17. Again, these numbers hard to read. Yellow numbers on white jerseys are tough.
It's
Terrible
just choice.
Tough.
Terrible choice.
Yeah. I've seen it a couple of times. We played down at Carolina a couple of years ago. They had a similar situation, and we're even higher up on the press box. They had the white jerseys with light blue numbers. And you're further away, and that makes it really tough.
You can't see anything.
Third down and long, Maroon Devils. 3 backs. Play action. Reese down the middle, and it's going to be in the crowd. Ball knocked up in the air. Dangerous, almost in the hands of Cole Weichel, but incomplete.
Yeah. I would hope that we'll go back to. I know we're trying to run a few different things here, but if we'll go back to some of the veer that we were running a minute ago, I know that it can be slow developing sometimes, but I think that we had Murphy on the ropes with that.
Now it's going to be Josh Collins back to punt. Got to be careful here. Good snap. Oh, here comes a big rush. Josh Line punt.
Died in as soon as it hit that wet grass.
Boy, it did. So the Bulldogs get it back. Plenty of time. 5:28 to play in the first half. And they're going to have it on our side of the field at the 48-yard line. But again, Cody, a lot of football still to play this year. It's hard to believe we're this far in the season. Next Friday, we're going to have Cherokee here. Braves are going to be here taking on the Maroon Devils on Parents' Night. That's always a big night. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be at Robbinsville for the regular season finale.
Yeah, we're winding up.
Whew. It is, and every game is big.
Absolutely. Good job, LD.
First down.
Holding.
Yep, first down and 10.
Yeah, I was about to say, goodness gracious, they had LD in the back.
Yeah, it had 2 guys holding him. And there's the flag to prove it. And it is going to move Murphy back with that holding call. So we have seen some of that here early in the game. So the officials are trying to get this holding under control.
Yeah, I was wondering there. I knew there would be a little bit of a discussion about whether or not we wanted to take that because it was it was a almost 4-yard loss, and you could decline it and bring up second down and 14. But I think we're going to take it here to back them up further.
So it's going to make the line of scrimmage back at the 42-yard line on the Murphy side of the field now instead of the Maroon Devils side of the field. So it's going to bring up a first down and 20.
LD's getting unbelievable pressure on him here, and he's eating that center up right now.
He's having a good ball game, and this time the Bulldogs run right up that A gap, and good open field tackle over there this time by Skeet Cook. And Skeet's really come on to play some good football. Only a sophomore, but he just seems like a smart player. He's always around the ball.
Yeah, he's always there, and that will develop, not only with his size, but his knowledge of the game will continue to develop, and I expect big things out of Skeet in the years to come, not only to finish up this year, but certainly in the years to come.
Oh, no doubt. A 6-foot, almost 200-pounder, playing basically right there behind the line of scrimmage. Second down and 10. Bulldogs are going to run to the left side. There's Josh Collins and company, and Grady Lewis on the tackle.
That was a great job. We went upfield a little bit, but we were able to fill the gaps because that's another thing on Murphy as a defensive back. The last thing you want to do on Murphy is to run upfield. That's what they're hoping you're going to do, so that way when they kick you out, blocking you, the running back can get behind you. As long as you just stay down the line of scrimmage, you can pretty much just run them all the way to the sideline.
And that's big. Third down now and 8. 4 minutes to play. Second quarter. Murphy up by 1, 7-6.
Yeah, they're pulling on this side, headed that way.
Yep. Got a man in motion now. We got a penalty flag, and that might be, is that delay of game? Nope, false start. false start against the Bulldogs. So
that'll help.
Yeah, no doubt. Back them up 5.
They'll probably have to change play call here and may try to go to some sort of passing play, which they've struggled with because of the rain and hanging on to the football.
And talking to some folks at Murphy, Joseph Watson and his staff do a good job. But one of the things they've talked about is they don't like the fact they've had too many penalties this year.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of penalties on a lot of teams this year in the Smoky Mountain Conference play. We've seen that.
Yep. 3rd down. Swinging it out here on the right
Great
side.
job.
And good open field tackle over there by the defense. And again, that looks like, wow, that's Insay Uford. He was all the way out there.
When you see that kind of, and that's what we used to call a Florida State screen, they throw it out there and try to get behind it. But when you got a defensive lineman that can run out there and make the play, they're not going to get inside of you on that.
Man, that's impressive. Insay, 6'2", 263-pounder, one of our defensive linemen was out there wide for the stop. 4th down and 10. Now the Bulldogs are going to punt it away. Back to return. Looks like Zeke Glaspie also back. It's going to be Andrew Cody. 4th down, high snap. Punter pulls it down. He's going to fake it. He's going to run it. He's got some room, but cutting him off over there. Good job by James Arch and Mason Cochran on the sideline.
That was a great job. Well, they stayed at home, and that's I commend Murphy for trying that, but that's a long way to go on a 4th down. I mean, you're probably trying to catch people asleep, but we did a good job staying at home there and making the play on it.
Well, that's it. And, you know, as a player and a coach, and I'm sure you hear it so many times, just work your assignment. Stay in your lane on these punts and kickoffs.
That's it. You have an assignment and work that assignment. And that's really all football is. Now, obviously, there's athletes out there. You got to account for that and all that. But if you play your role and your assignment, you're going to do good.
That's it.
We're in a power eye now, which is good. It's going to give Josh a little bit more.
Maybe another holding call.
You know, I've never been a fan of the white hat in the back throwing as many flags as they do because it's really hard for him being 10, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage to accurately see what a hold is or isn't.
Yeah, because there's so many people up there.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw something back here, roughing the passer, delay a game. Those are your kind of calls. Right. Holding at the line of scrimmage is not the white hats deal. That's the line judges, the back judges, and everything like that.
That's it. So now 1st down, our Maroon Devils need 16 with 2:40 to play here. And right now we still have all 3 of our timeouts left with the football. Here comes Glaspie getting on the toss sweep, trying to cut back inside, but a lot of bodies in there. Coming up is going to be Braden Killian, their junior defensive end, on the tackle.
I like we're running the same plays that we were running, but I like that we're getting them a little bit out of a different formation and power eye, especially with Josh and Josiah both. They're now, instead of running flat when they get the ball and having to go upfield, they're actually able to run downhill from the moment they get the football. And running downhill towards them helps when you got your shoulders down and gaining those extra 1 or 2 yards.
2nd down and 13 now. Glaspie again trying to run this one right up the gut. And it gets about 4 yards. It's going to bring up still 3rd down and 9 from the 42-yard line. And again, Murphy trying to make some noise between the tackles, and they're plugging the gaps pretty well inside.
Yeah, and that's a great play call. It just looks like Glaspie's getting a little too close inside. We're doing a down block right there, and he's getting inside the down block. He's just got to get that just a little bit wider. And the first player that he's going to run into is the free safety when he gets the football. So hopefully they'll make that adjustment here in just a minute and really be able to gain some yards.
3rd down and 9 in the light drizzly rain. 3 backs behind Reese. Play action. Reese rolling left. Weichel is back there in the secondary, but it's great catch.
Glaspie got it. Great catch.
Man.
1st down.
Boy, great
Excellent
catch.
job.
Yeah, he had to leave his feet to pull that one in. He was pretty much extended when he pulled that ball in at the 45-yard line. A lot of white jerseys down there.
Yeah, I was worried about that when he threw it, but they were standing so close to the maroon jerseys I couldn't tell he was down there. It was a great catch by Josiah.
It really was. Also down there was looked like Cole Weichel and maybe Brandon Frost, 82.
They had Cole Weichel going a little bit deeper and Brandon Frost cutting a drag route across the center of the field. And I think that's what ended up happening is Murphy focused on them a little bit more and let Josiah slip in behind the cornerback there.
Looks like we're going to use one of our timeouts with 1:14 to play. Stay tuned. By the way, we're going to have our trivia question coming up here in just a bit at the end of the 1st half. and we're going to test your knowledge. And by the way, we have a special presentation. We're going to be switching over to the audio from public address announcer Toby Burrell at halftime. Got a very special presentation from our Swain High Hall of Fame committee. Put together a very successful golf tournament last week up at Smoky Mountain Country Club, raising some money, and it's going to be to help the ring fund here at Swain County High School to buy rings for the state championship athletes.
It was fun. There were a lot of teams out there playing. I played in it, and we had a great time. They did a great job at Smoky Mountain Country Club. Oh, he's open. Got Josh.
Oh, now in traffic.
No.
Oh, it was almost intercepted. Almost picked off. That was close. Josh was open briefly, but coming up, Ryan Payne. And by the way, Ryan Payne leads the Smoky Mountain Conference with 5 interceptions. He almost had number 6.
He almost did, and we actually threw that, and it sounds crazy, a little too early. If we hang a little air under that, Josh had such momentum going right there that he had them all beat. But we just threw it a little bit too early.
Here we go. 2nd down and 10, 1:08 to play. We still have 2 timeouts.
Counter, he's open.
Yep.
Go get it.
Here comes Josh around the corner, gets down to the 41. Still a minute to play. We quickly call another timeout. That'll leave us 1 timeout here before halftime with exactly 1 minute to play. And while we have a minute, let's go ahead and ask this trivia question for tonight. And the trivia question is sponsored by Bryson City Cabin Rentals. Here's the question. To celebrate Hall of Fame weekend, and our Hall of Fame inductees will be honored at halftime here, which Hall of Fame member here at Swain High was the very first Swain athlete, and you can see it right there on the screen, the very first Swain athlete to play on the collegiate level? And for bonus points, what was the sport and what college was it? And I'll give you a little bit of a clue. It's been a few years ago.
Yeah. When I was looking at the question when I got up here, I was like, that must be beyond what Mike can recall. And it certainly was, but very impressive when I was speaking to folks up here about what the individual was able to do.
Oh, no question about it. So, again, very first Swain athlete to play on the collegiate level. That's the main question for bonus points. What was the sport, and where did he go to play that sport? Okay, it was a he. I gave that much away. 3rd down and 6. Reese back to throw.
Oh, he's got him.
Oh, what a great catch down there.
Catch.
Almost underthrown, but Keontae Graham, the player who was injured earlier, back in the game with a big play.
Boy, Reese threaded the needle right there. He had 2 places that he could go. They ran a wheel route on the outside, and Keontae snuck right in behind that linebacker, and that was a great job. They're probably going to run something similar back to this side.
Clock running. Got to be careful with the clock. Oh, we got a misdirection here. We throw it up top, and our receiver cut inside, kind of on a slant. And that should stop the clock with about 40 seconds to play here. But looked like we were kind of on a different song there between receiver and quarterback.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a busted route.
Yeah.
I guess they're going to see how much time we need to put back on the clock here, because I think there's probably a good 4 seconds ran off.
Yeah, they may adjust that clock. And so you're right, Cody, going to put about 3, almost 4 seconds on the clock. 43 seconds to play. We still have 1 timeout. We have it down at the 20-yard line. Trying to get on the board to take a halftime lead into the locker room. Coming in motion over here. It's going to be Corey Stillwell.
Going into trips.
Reese throwing, and it's going to be almost picked off again. That pass, I think, slipped out of his hand. It was underthrown, and he was looking down there for a Glaspie on the right side.
Yeah, that's one of those things. If you're feeling it as a quarterback, if that ball doesn't feel good in your hands, get what you can get out of bounds, stop the clock. Certainly don't hang that up for them to score, because you're in a position right now that you can we can put one on the board before halftime.
And again, that was close. The only guy that got a hand on it was the Murphy corner over there. Actually, the safety coming up. So now 39.7 seconds. Twins on each side. 3rd down and 10. Got a man in motion here to the left side for trips. Reese rolling the other way. Going to toss it here to Josh Collins. But he needs to get out of bounds, and he does inside the 15. And
that's a flag.
Got a late hit over here, apparently out of bounds.
I hope they do. I can't see that a flag was thrown. But
yep, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Yep. He actually might have thrown it completely in the fence walkers down there.
Yeah, boy, those fence walkers they're alive and well down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at all those guys.
That'll be half the distance to the goal. That'll put us down really close.
And again, there is the personal foul. Just a late hit over there on the sideline. And again, that's not the place you want to hit with all those Maroon Devil fans over there.
Right, and I mean, I know that Murphy's the same way. You know, they know it's big. They're frustrated right now. They've had their chances, and they've missed them. And they see us coming in before halftime, and they're playing hard and heavy. But you got to play smart no matter what side you're on there.
You said it. From the 7-yard line, we have a timeout left, 35 seconds. Trying to score before halftime.
Oh, if they give it to Josh up the middle, it's there.
Here comes Glaspie. Tries to cut outside. Cuts it back inside.
Great job.
Dives to about the 1-yard line. Clock running. Got to be aware of it. Now they're going to say they may line up and try to spike it. There's Reese. There's the spike. Stops the clock. 21 seconds.
The ball boy was about to run out there. And that was a great job by the official seeing him. He's going to talk to him right there and just tell him.
Yeah, don't run out there yet.
Yeah.
So, again, Maroon Devils now. Clock is stopped. 21 seconds to play. Down by 1 with the football. They're going to spot it. Well, they're actually kind of drying the football off here. It's going to be spotted actually at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I did too.
When I saw him jump, I thought he was close to the goal line.
Yeah, sure did. Thought he was closer, but they're going to spot it at the 2. Here we go. Everybody in tight. Handoff goes to Glaspie. Cuts inside.
Not a soul in there. Great job.
Great block. Great kick-out block on the left side over there by Mason Cochran and company as our Devils take the lead.
That was a great job blocking, great job getting Josiah in there. And that's one thing, you know, we really got on Josh's back there and we're riding him, and then they've made the adjustments to be able to pick up for Josh, and now you hurt him with someone else. That's a great thing about having a multitude of, I'll refer to them as weapons on offense.
And, you know, that really got our offense going last week in the second half, Cody, when Josiah and Josh lined up and complimented each other in the backfield.
Back and forth. And here we're going for 2. He's going to roll out. They weren't ready for that. Get there, Reese.
And Reese is in the end zone. Good footwork over there. And you're right. They didn't see that one coming until it was too late.
That's the old Peyton Manning trick that he used to hide that ball. Boy, there wouldn't be a soul over it because nobody expected Peyton to run the ball.
Yeah. He was not exactly a 40-yard dash man, was he?
No, he wasn't.
18 seconds to play here before halftime. We'll keep it right here. We'll tell you that question again. To celebrate Hall of Fame weekend, which Hall of Fame member here at Swain High, and this gentleman is in the Hall of Fame, was the first Swain athlete to play on the collegiate level? And for bonus points, what sport and what college did this Swain High athlete attend? You can see the question right there on the screen. And again, we'll give you a clue. It's been several years ago. It was not recently. Obviously, we've had collegiate athletes in basically every decade.
Yes, certainly.
And that says a lot.
That does say a lot.
And we got to honor some of those last night who played at the collegiate level. Melissa Watkins, Zach Weeks. You know, we can go on.
Spencer McCoy.
Spencer McCoy played, at the collegiate level. So many good folks. Spencer McCoy was a good football player and obviously had a chance to wrestle in college.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing. He was an unbelievable wrestler.
3-time. He got me last night. I think I called him a 4-time state champion. He said, I think it was only 3. So he's such a grounded young man. And I think a lot of that comes from his dad. Of course, Scooter McCoy was a good football player and a good coach in his own right.
Yes, he was, for certain. And I may be mistaken about this, so correct me if I'm wrong, but did Spencer not win one at another school?
At Robbinsville.
He won one of his state championships at another school. So
yes.
So there you go. He's able to do it no matter where he went.
In different weight classes.
Yes.
So, fine young man, fine family. I've known Scooter and Spencer, of course, for many, many years. Got to watch Scooter play as he played collegiately. So now Maroon Devils will kick it back to Murphy. 18 seconds to play. Maroon Devils up 14-7. Brendan Lanning, he's aiming
this. Drop in.
Yep. Stalkup's going to get a chance. Picks it up at the 20. Here he goes down the sideline. But this time we had a guy over there to cut that sideline off. And good job over there this time by Zeke Glaspie. And use that sideline as the extra man.
Absolutely. Use the extra man. But that was a great job by Murphy's receiving there. I mean, he gets the ball. I've said that before. When you're on the special teams, it's either get the ball right where it's at or move forward. It doesn't matter if you score a touchdown or not, and that was a great job handling a wet ball and then getting upfield and getting what you can get.
Yeah, I tell you, Stalkup is a dangerous player.
He is very dangerous.
First down,
his explosion is unreal.
He is. He can take off and hit the
fullback trap. We got him right there.
Boy, how many maroon hats are around that football? 3 or 4 hats, and that's going to be the final play of the first half. Murphy's going to let the clock run out, and I'm not sure the Murphy coaches are happy with some of the officials right now either.
They're not at all.
As we see them leave the field, we're going to take a commercial break. Then we're going to come back, and we're going to listen to Toby Burrell talk about a special presentation here. I think Bob Marr, the chairman of the Hall of Fame Board of Directors, will be down on the field with Neil Blankenship. I think that's coming up following this commercial timeout. 14-7, Devils on top at the half.
Marching band has been doing great this year, winning multiple first and second place awards at their last competition. They have another competition tomorrow, October the 14th at AC Reynolds at 2:20. We also want to congratulate senior trumpet player Tyler Bennett, as he has been selected to perform in Carnegie Hall this February as part of the Honors Performance Series. The inaugural Swain High women's golf team played the first and second round of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship this week, taking second place in conference. On Tuesday, the Lady Devils volleyball team won their game against Robbinsville at the last minute 3-2, and Thursday they played Andrews and won 3-0, securing second place in conference. They'll play in the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament semifinals Tuesday, October 17th at Andrews. The men's soccer team took 2 wins this week at home. Monday against Andrews, the final score was 5-1, and Wednesday the game went into overtime with a score of 2-1 against Hayesville. This Monday, the 16th, the team will travel to Cherokee. Kickoff is at 4:30, and Wednesday, the 18th, there will be a home game against Highlands at 6 o'clock. Yesterday, the football team and cheerleading squad visited Mountain View Manor to share a meal with some of their biggest fans. Next Friday, October the 20th, the teams will be at Cherokee. Kickoff is at 7:30. Yesterday, the class of 2023 was inducted into the Swain County Athletic Hall of Fame. The induction included former coaches Dick Ensley and Pat Colville, athlete and patron Dwight Winchester, and athletes Mark Manley, Melissa Watkins, Spencer McCoy, and Zach Weeks.
Coach Pat Colville. Coach Colville was a mainstay in Swain coaching from the early 70s to the early 80s. Fiery and passionate, Coach Colville got the most out of her players. She started the volleyball program at Swain. They won Smoky Mountain Conference championships in its first 3 years of existence. She finished with 118 wins in 10 years as head basketball coach. But more than the wins and losses, Coach Colville will be best known for the positive impact she had on the lives of all she coached or taught. She was truly one of a kind. Ladies and gentlemen, in memory of Pat Colville. Coach Dick Ensley. Coach Ensley coached multiple sports during his time at Swain: football, basketball, baseball. He was assistant coach on the 1979 state AA championship team, and along with Coach Gary Reese, he coached JV football from 1974 to 76, compiling a 19-1-1 overall record. Ensley and Reese continued with these groups by moving to Varsity, where the teams won 2 Smoky Mountain Conference championships and the school's first state championship. As a coach, Coach Ensley was positive, encouraging, demanding, and interested in each player as an individual. Coach Ensley's impact as a coach can never be measured in one-loss record, but can be seen every day in the young men and women's lives he influenced for the better. As one of his players stated, Coach was and remains our teacher, our coach, and our beloved friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Dick Inslee. Mark Manley. He excelled at 2 sports at Swain High. He's an outstanding tight end in football and a catcher in baseball. He's a member of the 2000 state runner-up baseball team and Smoky Mountain Conference Player of the Year during his senior season, as well as a 2-time All-Western North Carolina in baseball. He was also All-State during his senior year. All-Smoky Mountain, a 3-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in baseball. He hit .467 during his senior year. Finished his baseball career with 59 hits, 17 home runs, all while being a Gold Glove caliber catcher. He was a 2-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference selection in football, captain during his senior season. He revolutionized the position of tight end at Swain with his versatility and athleticism. As a senior, he had 180 yards receiving against Hayesville, the most ever by a tight end. He finished with 37 receptions, 696 yards, and 10 touchdowns. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Manley. Spencer McCoy. A 2-time individual state wrestling champion at Swain and 3-time overall. He won state championships in 2 different weight classes. At Swain, he was undefeated in wrestling with a perfect 50-0 record. He was 119-12 for his career. He was named top 50 wrestlers of the decade, outstanding 1A, 2A male athlete in Olympic sport at the Western North Carolina Sports Award Banquet. He was named All-Western North Carolina, a 4-time Smoky Mountain Conference champion. In football, he rushed for 1,588 yards as a junior on 229 carries and 26 touchdowns. In his career at Swain, he rushed for 2,284 yards with 34 touchdowns, despite missing time in his senior season due to an injury. He had 45 career touchdowns, 167 tackles at Swain, and 415 for his career. He had multiple scholarship offers in both wrestling and football, and played football at Western Carolina University and Mars Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Spencer McCoy. Melissa Woody Watkins. An outstanding all-around athlete who lettered in 4 sports, excelling in volleyball, and was a 4-year dominant force on the basketball court. 3 times All-Western North Carolina in basketball, and 4-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference in basketball. She was 2 times All-Smoky Mountain Conference in volleyball and was a Smoky Mountain Conference Player of the Year during her senior season. She led Western North Carolina in scoring for 1A, 2A schools during her senior season and was 2nd in Western North Carolina 1A through 4A during her junior season. She was a finalist for the Wright Dobbins Farnham Award. That's the Western North Carolina 1A, 2A Female Athlete of the Year as a senior. Twice in her career, she scored over 450 points in a season. She finished her basketball career with 1,723 points, 710 rebounds in 88 games with a 45.86 shooting percentage. She had a career average of 19.6 points and 8.1 rebounds. She had scholarship offers in volleyball, basketball, and academics. She played collegiately at Converse College. Ladies and gentlemen, Melissa Watkins. Zach Weeks. A member of the 2011 1AA state championship team, and in 2012 was a member of the 1AA state runner-up team. His teams that he played on won 2 straight Western Regional Football Championships and was runner-up in 2013. He was the 2013 Smoky Mountain Conference Lineman of the Year and first team All-Western North Carolina, as well as NC Prep's All-State teams. He graded out at 94% on blocking assignments in 2013. In 2013, he anchored a line that rolled to 6,039 total yards and averaged 37 points per game. In his football career, he never lost to a Smoky Mountain Conference school, and his teams overall were 42-5. He played football at Western Carolina University, where he was a 4-year starter and an All-Southern Conference performer during his junior and senior seasons. He's a 4-time All-Southern Conference academic team and a 2018 finalist for Academic Heisman, and was the team captain during his senior year in 2018. Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Weeks. Dwight Winchester. He was an outstanding athlete who played 4 sports and earned 12 varsity letters. He was a member of the 1988 and 89 North Carolina High School Athletic Association state championship football teams and was captain of the 89 squad. He was All-Smoky Mountain, 2-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference in football, basketball, and 3-time All-Smoky Mountain Conference in track. He was selected to the East-West All-Star Football Game in 1990, where he was captain of the West Squad and the defensive MVP for the West Squad. As a member of the 1989 state runner-up 3,200-meter relay team, he is a tremendous leader in every sport he played. In the years since his graduation, he has been an unwavering patron and supporter of Maroon Devil athletics, providing numerous anonymous donations to many athletic endeavors and sports. He has never hesitated in giving financial assistance or inspirational leadership to Swain High athletes. Ladies and gentlemen, Dwight Winchester. Let's give a big hand to the class of 2023 Swain County Athletic Hall of Fame.
Hey Maroon Nation, my name is Erin Jenkins and I'm an alumni of Swain High and also the Maroon Devils Network. The network you're watching right now helped me chase my dreams and get my start in broadcast journalism. From weekly interviews with Coach B to hosting game day specials and even getting to sit down with some of Swain High's greatest football legends.
History of the Maroon Machine.
All of these things helped get me to WNCT 9 on your side in Greenville, North Carolina as an on-air news reporter. Right now, you can help other students just like me to chase their dreams by liking, subscribing, and sharing the Maroon Devils Network. As always, go Big Maroon!
Fans, welcome back. Couple of updated scores here before we get to the second half here at Swain County Memorial Stadium. Robbinsville with a comfortable 30-0 lead at halftime in their Smoky Mountain Conference game. Hayesville also up 14-0 at halftime in their game, Cody White. And now, again, we're going to kick it off. Then we're going to tell you the answer to the question about which Hall of Fame member at Swain High was the first Swain athlete to play on the collegiate level. And for bonus points, what sport and college was it? Brought to you by Bryson City Cabin Rentals. Our Maroon Devils will get the football to open up this second half.
Yeah, we're good.
Fans, welcome back. We just kind of got some tough news. We understand Bobby Game passed away today, and he was, we understand Cody was so ecstatic because the Maroon Devil football team came out to Mountain View Manor yesterday, and they're, again, just people that love to watch Maroon Devil football, and we're so sorry to hear about the loss of Bob Game.
Absolutely.
Man.
I mean, just a treasure, a true treasure to the Maroon Devils.
Man, that's we just got that news, and so sorry to hear that. That's tragic news, and we wish him and the family all the love and prayers and comfort at this time. And again, our heart goes out to the Game family right now.
Absolutely.
And right now, as we're ready to kick off, the Murphy Bulldogs will kick off. Our Maroon Devils will return as we get to open up the second half of the football. They aim it toward the sideline. And one of our guys, that was Keontae, actually came up and he ran backwards and going to be tackled back at the 23-yard line. But here's the answer to the question. All right. Which Hall of Fame member at Swain was the first Swain athlete to play on the collegiate level? And for bonus points, and what sport and college was it? The gentleman was Mr. Charles Tisdale. And there he is. Charles Tisdale went to Clemson, played at Clemson. He was named to the All-Cotton Bowl team, the first 50 years All-Cotton Bowl team. And from what I understand, he played in the Cotton Bowl, Cody, and he played all but 2 snaps in that game because he played on both sides.
That's an unbelievable stat for a college player.
It really, really is. But again, there's your answer, Mr. Charles Tisdale, Swain High athlete, went to Clemson, played in the Cotton Bowl, and wow, he really set the stage for athletes who came after him to try to play at that level.
Certainly did. I mean, that is so impressive to be able to do that. But I'm sure that playing both sides of the football at Swain County helped prepare him for that.
Oh, you said it. You said it. And athletes are still doing it to this day. We got 3 backs on the backfield again. This time it's going to be Josh Collins. Cuts back inside, out across the 33. Going to bring up 3rd down and maybe 1 or 2 here. And this would be good momentum, Cody, to open up this second half with a good time-consuming touchdown scoring drive.
Absolutely. Chew the clock up. Take your time. We're making big progress on each play. Hang on to the football and get down there and put one in and really put Murphy on their heels to making tough decisions on how to score.
No doubt. Again, Hayesville and Robbinsville both leading in their particular conference games here tonight as well. 3rd down and short. Reese kind of off balance, pitches it at the last second, but it turned out to be a good move because I thought Reese was going to fall down there, Cody, but he tossed it to Josh.
That was a great job of focus, great job by Josh. He made a decision right there. I see him taking his gloves off. I've done that too before because the gloves are great when it's dry, and then when it gets wet, those gloves actually work against you. So he decided, you know what, I don't need these. I'm going to take them off.
And that shows you a little bit some of the athleticism of Reese Winchester. He has good feet and good hands.
Absolutely, he does.
So now, 1st down and 10, Maroon Devils at the 44. Again, that 3-back set. Glassby is going to be stuck in the backfield. He makes it back to the line of scrimmage, but wow, he just didn't have any lane to run through.
I see they're motioning that there was a fumble, but I never saw any of the officials throw any beanbags down to indicate that there was a fumble.
Murphy thinks they have the ball.
I never saw an indication of a fumble. If no official indicated that there was a fumble on the field and blew the whistle, then they can jump up and down all they want. I mean, there's
and now they're looking the other way, but there was never any signal. They are giving the ball to Murphy going the other way.
Yeah, there's not a single beanbag on the field that there was a fumble.
Yeah, and they never signaled that. So now, interesting situation.
That is a very interesting situation.
Tough break for the Maroon Devils here. First down and 10 now at the 43 as they're going to hand it to
we're
Stock
angry
up.
now.
Yep.
Those kids are mad. And this is good.
Yeah.
I hate that we fumbled the football. I hate that, we gave it up. But this is a good indication of what we can do. They're going to play mad, and they're fixing to see exactly just what they can do to Murphy. Here Murphy's pumped up. They just got the football, yet they lost 2 yards on the first play because our intensity is up that much. We need to keep that intensity here and really show them that, you can't play with us.
That's it. Josh Collins and Cole Weichel up there on that tackle for a loss. Second down and 12.
Ball.
Oh, there's the ball on the ground again.
We got it.
And there's a beanbag. I actually saw that one.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do when they indicate a fumble, and we got the football.
So the football comes right back, and it looks like on the bottom of the pile, Grady Lewis was down there. Not sure if he's going to get the credit, but he was the bottom man on the pile.
That's what intensity. That was all caused by how intense we were coming off the football. Those offensive linemen could not hang on, and we were in their face before the quarterback could get the football.
You're right, and Cody, that's a good way to play. You can play with anger, but play with it under control.
Yeah, it's intensity. It's not necessarily anger. It's focused intensity.
Yeah, controlled violence.
Yep.
Here comes Josh Collins trying to turn the corner. And he's finally forced out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Murphy. Over there on the tackle is going to be Braden Killian for the Bulldogs. And again, people talk about football, and it is a violent sport.
It is. Everyone says, well, it's a contact sport. No, it's not. It's a collision sport.
There you go.
As a commentator used to say, dancing is a contact sport.
Yeah, or basketball.
This is collision. I mean, this is there's no doubt about it. When I played in the alumni game 10 years after I graduated almost, I just learned how much my body had forgotten how much of a collision sport it really is.
And there's a collision in our backfield as, again, coming in there is Braden Killian, 17. He's been in on several tackles tonight, and we lost some yards. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
I believe that was a little bit of a busted play on our part, more than it was a big play for Murphy there. We actually got way ahead of our blockers, and I think it was a little bit of a busted play.
Yeah. And again, hats off again to the trivia answer, Mr. Charles Tisdale. First Swain High athlete to play on the collegiate level. 3rd down and 8. Reese under center, turns, fakes the handoff, rolls. He's got trouble, gets away from one defender.
He'll run. He's got room.
Down the left sideline, he's going to be very close to a first down, but now they're going to mark him short at the 45. Very close, but from here it looks short, Cody. I hope I'm wrong, but
it does look short. It was interesting because I know he was getting close, and I know that when you're that close, I mean, you put your head down and go, and it looked like he reached a lot further than that. But I would imagine Coach Holt's going to go for this one.
Yep. He might have stepped out of bounds as he tried to reach
that's
that football over.
That's probably what happened. He thought he had one more step that he didn't have. I mean, when you're looking at other players, you're not really paying attention where that sideline's at.
4th down, we need a yard at the Murphy 45.
If he audibles to
big gaps.
Josiah again, he's going to get it. He's got to go outside, though.
Big gaps, and this time there is Josiah. Goes right up the middle. Wow. Down inside the 35-yard line, a big gain.
Josiah actually went inside, too far inside again, but he was able to get pushed down and find that. If he stays outside, I'm telling you, it's a foot race every time he gets the football.
And he's pretty quick for a big guy. Josiah's 6'2", about 200 pounds, but he can run.
He's got all legs. When he reaches out there, boy, he's moving.
Yeah, he can go. 1st down and 10. Again, that T formation. 3 backs behind the quarterback. Here comes Josh around the right side, breaking a tackle, puts his head down, and, boy, he goes head-to-head over there. And that's Stalk up and Collins. They just locked horns like a couple of bulls over there.
And I got to give Stalk up credit. I mean, you look at him from up here, Josh is much more of an impressive size than that. But, I mean, Stalk up's got some serious leg power. His explosion and his ability to come up on the football, make contact, and not give any ground with a full speed Josh Collins is a testament to his leg strength.
Yeah, that was a heck of a hit. 2nd down now. Maroon Devils need short 4, and it looks like we're going to have a timeout. The Murphy Bulldogs not happy with the way this drive is going by the Maroon Devils, and we're going to take a timeout with a score. Swain 14, Bulldogs 7. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back on Hall of Fame night here at Swain County High School. 8 minutes to play, third quarter. Maroon Devils on the drive. Second down and 4 with a 14-7 lead. And again, 3 backs lined up straight across the line of scrimmage behind the quarterback, Reese Winchester.
Toss sweep. Get upfield. There it is.
There's Josh cutting it inside. First down and then some down inside the 20-yard line. And, Cody, you've talked about it. You know, with this formation that I'm sure nobody has seen because we haven't run it before tonight, this is kind of a surprise to a defense that is trying to figure out what we're doing.
It is, and it's running in essence the same offense out of a different formation, just out of a different look.
Yeah.
And it forces them to pay a lot of attention. It gives you a little more versatility. You're able to do a lot of things, and it increases our blockers on the outside there.
We really got a lot of hats out there in front of. Normally, it's been Glaspie and Josh carrying. In there with him is Mason Cochran. He's kind of the extra blocker. This time Reese is going to hang on to it. Nice job running down inside the 15 to the 13.5-yard line.
Gain of about 6 there. I mean, that was a great job. And that's when you begin to understand the game, and that's what you're seeing on the offense and some of the play calling. You begin to understand that, exactly what you can do with a veer offense. You can run it, and then you can pull it. And when you pull it, then you can pitch it. Like there's so many techniques that they have to account for on defense that when you understand the offense, you can be almost unstoppable.
Here we're going to run to the left side. Glaspie on that toss, and he's still on his feet breaking a tackle. And, hey, all I've got to say about the veer is it's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. When you get it down and you trust it, there's not a team out there that can stay disciplined enough for 4 quarters amid getting hit every play, exhaustion, the rain, and all that other stuff. They cannot stay disciplined enough to defend it.
Yeah, and I've heard your dad say this, we're going to run this play, and, this is going to set this up later in the game because this then we're going to do this and bust something big.
Absolutely. I mean, I know that the dad said before, and it was the truth, that he did not run the veer until he saw them having to make adjustments to protect something else. And that's when you run the veer because you catch them sleeping.
There you go. First down. Oh, Josh got stuck in the backfield. And again, this time the Murphy Bulldogs get back there in the backfield too quick.
They ran a double blitz there, and they blitzed all their linebackers, and you live and die by that. I mean, they won that one. But all we have to do is run the veer anything right by them, and then that's a touchdown because they have no linebackers left.
And that's their leading tackler. Talking about linebackers, middle linebacker Brody Orton. He is a 6'1", 200-pound sophomore on this Murphy team. They have some youth coming up, as do the Maroon Devils, that are going to be really, really good next year.
Oh, yes, certainly. I mean, Murphy's a year after year. You've not heard the last of the Murphy Bulldogs by any means.
Here comes Josh around the right side, lowers his head. 3 guys he took to drag him down, but they do drag him down at the 12-yard line. And that's still short of the first down. So now that's going to bring up, I think, let's see, is that going to bring up 4th down or 3rd down? And
is it 3rd and goal?
3rd and wow, see, it
looks like it's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, the chains are not set, so it's 3rd and goal from the 12. But I'm not sure I understand that, but that's what it's got to be, 3rd and 12.
Yeah.
Here we go, 3rd and 12. 3rd down and goal to go. Got to mix up in the backfield this time. Glaspie around the left side. We had a couple of guys kind of run into each other over there on the right side behind the offensive line. And a little mix-up. And we got about 3 yards. Going to bring up 4th down and 9. Reese coming back onto the field. Well, this is a tough play, Cody, because, when you get to this end of the field, that field is smaller.
Yeah, it's a lot smaller. You have a lot less to work with, especially trying to pass the ball. You can't. They can only go so far to the end of the end zone. So,
there you go.
But I imagine that we'll try to run a pass play, maybe roll Reese back out right here, or if they run it to Josiah.
Everybody in tight. Faking the handoff. Reese rolls to the right side, looking in the end zone. Got him, and he overthrows him. He had Brandon Frost on the back of the end zone with a step, but just led him too much. That was almost 6.
Yeah, he had him there.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's really hard because you're running so fast that you got to compensate for your body going so fast and actually kind of throw the ball behind where you're aiming.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
It is, and he just let him basically out of the end zone. So now it's going to be Murphy ball at the 9-yard line. Can the Maroon Devil defense stop Murphy here and get the football back in good field position? We'll see. We took almost 8 minutes on that drive.
We got to keep our intensity right here and keep them down.
That's
not
it.
let them break one, that's for sure.
And they cut it out to the outside. Again, that's going to be stalk up. And, I looked at that clock, Cody. I almost didn't believe it. But we only have 3:40 to play. We've had the football the entire third quarter.
The entire third, pretty much. The entire third quarter.
Yeah, it's just
and that's why you need to capitalize, though. I mean, if we're able to score there and keep the ball the entire third quarter, you've done something great.
That's a great thing. Rain's coming down again. We see the umbrellas popping out again. It's coming kind of a straight down, strong drizzle, if you will. Split backs. Going to run to the right side. They get outside a little bit and pick up the first down, this time out to the 19-yard line.
He might have a first down. I don't know where they're going to spot him at. It looks like he's a little short.
Yeah, you're right. They may get a bad spot. That was stalk up again.
Yeah.
So in 2 plays, they picked up 9 yards, 3rd down and 1.
This is a big play because, I mean, if we can stop them here, I don't see Murphy's coach trying to go for a 4th and 1 inside their own red zone there. I mean, that's just – they may.
That's dangerous.
That's a dangerous call. So if we can stop them right here and hold them.
It's going to be stalk up. Yeah, we got him in the backfield for a loss.
He's certainly going to punt it now. I mean, that's –
holy cow.
Yeah, they lost 3 yards on that play.
What a play. That's got to be Lucas Sutton. He's got number 50, and I know Lucas has had a couple of numbers, but it's so good just to see Lucas back playing.
It is. I can never tell what Lucas is except for the hair. When I see the hair hanging out the back, I know it's him. It's not 114-7 for those that are looking at.
And that clock's got one too many ones up there.
Yeah, that is definitely just 14-7.
14-7. Back deep, we're going to have, looks like Zeke Glaspie, and back there also is going to be Andrew Cody.
All you have to do right here is they faked it.
They faked it, and they got the first down. Man, oh, man, what a big play by Murphy.
That was a huge call by Murphy.
Man.
That's gutsy.
That's gutsy.
That is gutsy.
Well, when he got a stalk up, he carried it and picked it up. He took the short snap. It never did go back to the punter. They just short snapped it to stalk up, and he's quick enough and got to that seam. So that is a huge play. First down and 10 now, 1:45 to play, third quarter. Murphy still with the football. And a new set of downs against our Wolf front.
Coming this way.
Yep, showing blitz. And they run around away from the blitz, but still some good penetration in there. Again, Skeet Cook and Josh Collins on a good tackle.
He fought his way in there. And, I mean, if you can keep him to those 2 and 3 yards, it's going to be tough for them because they're always going to be on a 4th down play trying to figure out whether they're going to punt the ball or go for it. 2nd
down and 7, 3-yard pickup now. Again, the Maroon Devils up 14-7, our score. As we mentioned, Robbinsville and Hayesville with somewhat comfortable leads in their 2 respective Smoky Mountain Conference games. Wolf front faking the handoff. They throw it out wide receiver right side. Going to be complete over on the sideline. And getting the first down is big Zach Scogan. And he's a big target. 6'5", Zach Scogan over there with a catch.
Yeah, I mean, we hit him 5 yards 5 yards before the first down marker there, and he was able to drag our defender 5 additional yards. That is a huge target. And
you don't see too many high school kids at 6'5".
No,
you just
I certainly never saw it either.
But he was out there, big target over there for the quarterback Brody Grant, and he's a young man. Brody only a sophomore. The Murphy Bulldog quarterback wanting to throw, dancing away, running to the right side. He's got a lot of room. And coming up there, Keontae Graham chases him out of bounds. Good to see, again, Keontae back in the game after being shaken up early. But
we got an official down.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's down on one knee. He's getting up slowly. And we hope he's going to be okay, too, though, really. You don't want to see any of these guys get hurt. And just knowing some of these officials, and some of them aren't just as young as they used to be.
Right. Well, and that's a tough place to be for an official. He's the one that's standing right there behind the linebackers. I mean, you're right in the thick of everything that's moving, and you're considered part of the field. So players run into you, they do all of that, and it's not any kind of interference. You're part of the field. But that's a bad place to be with the kids flying around.
Oh, boy, it is, and they do fly around. And when you got linebackers like, like Josh Collins and Skeet Cook and
Lucas.
And Lucas. I mean, man, those guys play with their hair on fire.
They really do. I mean, they're flying.
Yeah. And right now, Murphy's linebackers are pretty impressive. I know Brody Orton, 55. He's their leading tackler, 47 tackles on the year. And then we've seen some good defensive play over there from Hunter Stalkup. And he's been around the football on both sides tonight. So he's going to be okay. It's going to be a Murphy first down at the 45, 46 seconds to play here in the third quarter with the Maroon Devils up 14-7.
As I used to say, he probably just got his eggs scrambled a little bit there.
Yeah. Yep.
You'll have that every now and again.
Yeah, he's backing up now. He's getting back in the safety. He's back with the safeties now.
I would too. I'd get behind everybody now.
Yeah.
Oh, we got him right there.
Oh, we got away and slid through it for about 4 yards out to the 49-yard line. And, again, Stockup's just a shifty guy that it's hard to get a clean hit on.
Murphy and Hayesville both throughout the years, their most deadly weapons that they had were not big running backs. It was shorter, shifty, powerful, low running backs because they can get behind those big guys, and man, you can't see them. They can take one step and they're gone.
Yeah, I remember Mel Nicely. That's been a long time ago. Willie Brown's another example. Great back in the 70s for Murphy. Around the left side, got some blockers. This time out in front of the Bulldog running back, and again, that's going to be Stalkup, and that's the end of the third quarter as Murphy is going to have a new first down. And we're going to take a timeout. Murphy on the drive. Are they going to tie it up? We're going to find out. We have 1 quarter left to play here in the annual rivalry game, Bulldogs and Devils. We'll be back on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, a couple of scores. Robbinsville up in their game 36-6. That score, by the way, Hayesville still leads in their game 14-0. And our game, of course, 14-7. Maroon Devils. Murphy with the football, though, driving with a potential tying drive here. And a little counter, and they're going to hand off to Stalkup again. He carries down inside the 40. And he's finally brought down over there again by Lucas Sutton. And Lucas has been out the last couple of games, Cody, as you know, and it is really good to see him back.
It is good to see him back, and you can tell he's got some of that intensity because he hasn't been able to get out there and play with these guys. So it is good to see him back, good to see him leading the defense again and playing with a lot of intensity out there.
Yeah, he calls the plays on defense. He's just one of those seniors. Murphy taking their time. Now they're going to switch the wing over here on the right side. Split backs behind the quarterback. Quarterback rolls, looks, fires, got single coverage, and good coverage down there by the Maroon Devils. That's Zach Zeker. That's Reese Winchester.
That's Reese Winchester. He did a great job. He was in his hip pocket. I mean, I know that there was some arms reaching out there and pushing, but it was on both sides. And, and not to mention the ball was overthrown, but it was great coverage.
It was, and the official did the right thing, keeping that flag in his pocket because – both guys were trying to play the ball.
Yeah, let them play a little bit. If no player, this is what I've always said about pass interference. If no player gains an advantage in any way, form, or fashion, then let them play. And then if they're stride for stride and no advantage, then let keep the flags in your pocket.
There he goes. Right now, third down. Murphy runs to the left side. Here comes Stockup again in traffic.
Oh, great job. Hold him right there.
Hanging on.
Great job.
There's Grady Lewis. He grabbed his jersey, and he wouldn't turn loose. And finally, Brandon Frost came up to help him. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4.
And they're going to go for it. They don't have, especially with us chewing the clock up, eating up a whole quarter. They're going to go for this. This is big right here.
This is really big here in the fourth quarter. 10:52, a lot of time left. But again, when you're down by one touchdown, that is 14-7.
One thing you're going to watch right here, we're going to have to watch the snap count. I could see Murphy getting up there trying to crazy count or hard count us. Need to stay at home and watch the football. There you can see the head bobbing. He's trying to draw us off sides. We got him.
Oh, we got Stockup
Got
again.
him.
Outstanding play. Coming up there leading the charge again is Nsay Ufert. Nsay Ufert has had a great game, and Stockup is slow getting up, but
I was going to mention that a minute ago. I've seen Stockup in this second half, and he's doing a great job getting back up, but he has taken some very big licks.
He is. He is.
And I don't know if you can see it from home, but there are times that, I mean, he is getting popped. Boy, that is. And I figured eventually he's going to get up a little bit slower. He's not a very big running back, and you can't take those all day.
Yeah, he's going to go out for maybe a play or two. Stockup size-wise, 6 feet, 184 pounds, a senior. And the main offensive weapon, if you will, on this Murphy Bulldog football team. Maroon Devils with the football now. 1st down and 10 at the 36-yard line. And right up the A-gap, but boy, nothing is there. And now Murphy, I think, is playing with some of that anger right now as they stopped us cold.
They're playing with anger, and they're playing they're playing a little bit
a little
quick.
desperate.
Yeah, they're playing desperate, which is hard because you know they're going to be playing a little bit wild, like kind of shot out of a cannon here. But you can also take advantage of that because one time that they overrun the football, and man, you can put points on the board real fast.
2nd down and 9. Some drizzly rain still falling here at Swain County Memorial Stadium, and
I guess we're going to start chewing on the clock here, and Reese is going to wait, which is.
Yep, he can see that play clock out in front of him here. 2nd down and 9. Let's it run down to 2. Here comes a toss to Glaspie around the left side.
Great.
He
Get
breaks
upfield.
one tackle and a good stiff arm.
Great job.
And, one guy had a shot at him in the backfield. Couldn't bring him down because Glaspie fired that stiff arm out on
big
him.
old long arms. When you can put those long arms out there, and even with some short ones like I had, you'd be amazed at just how a quick bump of somebody like that throws them off balance.
I tell you, that old palm heel is a pretty good weapon.
Yeah, it is.
It works. 3rd down and 2. Maroon Devils at the 45-yard line here on Boyce Dietz Field here on a Friday night, the annual rivalry game. The rain's picking up a little more out there. 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage for Murphy here. We need a good 2 yards.
Got it.
Here's Glaspie.
Oh.
Boy, yeah, he's got it. And again, he's long enough he can fall forward and get a couple of yards. But
I think they'll give it to him. I don't know yet.
now this spot over here looks good, but that guy over on across the field doesn't look so good.
Oh, is he going to measure it now?
Yeah. See, this guy over here has a different spot than the guy over there on the Murphy sideline. If we go by this guy, I think we have it. If we go by the guy over there on the Murphy sideline, we're short.
Yeah, fine. He's going to measure it this time. I think the words of encouragement that he got, the gentle whispers in his ear the first time from Coach Holt, probably is going to make him have a look at this one.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, that's what those guys are out there for on Friday night.
He's going to be short.
Uh-oh.
I see a lot of slack in the chain. I can't tell where the ball is from right here.
Oh, that's a lot of slack in the chain.
Yeah.
We got it. Boy.
I couldn't tell where the ball was at. He's kneeled down on it, and I don't know where I can't see
it's
where
right in the middle of the football.
The rain's really starting to come down now.
It is. And that was a huge first down, Cody, with 8:44 to play.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's huge.
Because we might have gone for it on 4th down, but
don't have to worry about it.
That's it. Now we don't have to worry about it. Well, that rain's picking up now. It's serious.
Run simple plays. And when I say simple, not a lot of complex handoffs. Squeeze and hang on to the football.
That's it.
Like that right there.
Oh, boy, there's Josh Collins
Touchdown.
up the gut. It's going to be a foot race, 30, 25, 20. And Josh Collins is in the end zone. Touchdown Maroon Devils with 8:32 to play.
And that's the when they put all their eggs in that basket blitzing, he ran right by those linebackers, and that was it. And you're not going to catch him.
No, you're right. Josh is He can run when he gets out into open space, and we were talking about that, some of the beauty of the veer, if you will. You know, you run this, and set up another play.
And that's exactly what that is. That was a straight dive veer play. I ran it in 2004 on a 4th and 1 and went 47 yards, and the exact same thing happened. Not a soul. You kind of are surprised when you all game they've been hitting you right in the mouth, and then you get the ball and there's nobody around you.
Well, it's a good feeling, though, isn't it?
It is a great feeling, especially right now with 8 minutes to go in the ball game, and you're able to run like that. That's good.
Maroon Devils going for 2. Again, the T formation look. Coach Holt wants a timeout. He's trying to get the officials.
Yeah, I mean, the coach is halfway out onto the field. He's not supposed to cross the 25, but goodness gracious, he's trying to call a timeout.
I think they called the flag, but they're going to give us the timeout instead of the penalty. So
I don't know how far he has to run down to get his attention.
He was down inside the 20. He still moves pretty good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So we're going to take a timeout as well. Stay with us here. 20-7, Maroon Devils on top. We'll be right back. Let's see, 22. Fans, welcome back. Maroon Devils going for 2 here. 8:32 to play with a 20-7 lead after the timeout. Just want to make sure we get everything.
Boy, if you run it to Josh on this side again, but they're going to blitz.
Yep, here they come, and they
good pull.
There's Reese.
Great pull. He saw those linebackers walked up there.
Yep.
That was a great pull by him.
And no doubt they went after Josh Collins, and when he saw that, he popped it out.
And that's what you got to do. That is the danger of the veer. The quarterback was able to notice them walking up. That was a little bit probably a mistake on Murphy's part because they showed it too early.
Yeah.
Now Reese knows it's coming. He pulls the ball, goes right into the end zone.
It's an outstanding play by Reese Winchester, and now the Maroon Devils up 22-7, 8:32 to play. And again, we had a break just a moment ago. We'd like to remind you, coming up tomorrow is going to be the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship cross-country event tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That's up at Katua Field. We call it, if you're old like me, the old Governor's Island Ferguson Dairy Farm Fields up there on the Tuckasegee River. Mm-hmm. And coming up next week, men's soccer Monday at Cherokee, Wednesday here hosting Highlands. Volleyball. JVs are actually playing tomorrow in the JV volleyball tournament over at Andrews High School. And by the way, if you're wondering about admission, it is $8. The JVs will play Robbinsville tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Andrews. Our varsity does not play until Tuesday because we get a first round bye. We'll play Tuesday against the Robbinsville Andrews winner in varsity play. Here we go.
May try to kick that ball over here on this side.
Brendan Lanning, let's see where he's going to boot it. And
yep, it's a good call.
Yep, going to be taken by one of the upbacks.
Great job, Lucas.
Yep. There again, there's Lucas, open field tackle as he brings down the man on the return over there for the Murphy Bulldogs, and that's Cameron Clem, one of their running backs.
Yeah, they're just trying to keep it out of Stokop's hands right now, you know. And I don't even know if I see him out there right now. They may be trying to save him if he's been taking a beat, and I don't see him. He may be out there. I just can't see him.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, yeah, there he is. He's lined up as a wing back now. Okay.
Hard to read those yellow numbers on white jerseys.
Yeah.
Lined up beside the quarterback. They fake to him. Quarterback rolling, looking down the left sideline, overthrows his man.
Yeah.
So good coverage over there.
He paid for that too.
Took a shot, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Lucas made him pay for taking too long to make a decision.
That was Reese Winchester back there. Good coverage in the secondary. He's back there with Josh Collins and Josiah Glaspie and Keontae Graham, one of the corners on this side. So some pretty good folks in the secondary with good foot speed.
And you know that
Murphy always seems to do this, that when they get behind, they get away from the offense that's brought them this far, and they'll start throwing the ball. And it's not to say that they're not good at it, but it's just something they get away too much of their main offense.
And that reverse got a yard or two, but that's going to be about all. Again, Skeet Cook coming up with another big tackle. And, another good guy in the secondary we don't talk about a whole lot is Corey Stillwell over there, number 2. Only a sophomore playing one of those safeties over there beside Josiah.
It can be tough playing at this level as a sophomore, but I tell you what, the information and the knowledge that you gather playing against obviously better athletes than you as a sophomore can really carry over into the next couple of years.
You said a quarterback back to throw.
Lucas
Grant,
got him.
Oh, he goes down in the backfield again. There is number 50, Lucas Sutton, the senior. He's making up for that.
Yeah, they're going to have to punt it.
Yeah, fourth down.
I would tell them, to be honest with you, I wouldn't even have anybody back there to hardly catch this. I would just be playing the fake.
Yeah. And right now, looks like we might be doing just that because they got a first down on a fake punt when they snapped it to stalk up earlier. This time they're going to snap it to the punter, though. And
he's going to punt.
Nice punt.
Wow, that's a great punt.
Glaspie back at the 32. He's going to get a good block. And he cuts back against the grain. Got a good block over there by Reese Winchester, actually. Returns back to the 36-yard line.
And that's very important now as a coach to start telling your players, Murphy's going to be upset. They're going to be playing with intensity, but they're also going to be playing a little bit reckless. Don't get hung up in that reckless play of jawing, mouthing. They're going to be pushy. They're going to be hitting you after the play, pushing you down. Just don't partake in any of that because they're upset, and rightfully so. But you got to keep a level head, and you don't need any mistakes, and you certainly don't need a player thrown out.
That's it, because there's a lot of football left. Cherokee coming in here on Parents' Night next week. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be at Robbinsville. Here comes Glaspie left side, cuts back inside, and is knocked down at the 41-yard line. Pretty good penetration up there for Murphy. On the tackle is Cadence Leatherwood, one of their big middle linebackers, a junior. Had 95 tackles last year. And Cody, as you know, when you get close to 100 tackles in a year, that's an astronomical number.
That's a lot of tackling.
Man,
you're involved in a lot of plays, and that's a lot of impacts. That's there's at least 100 and some impacts that of just as part of tackles. So it's an impressive stat.
And we have a timeout. Got a Murphy cramp down there on the field. While they attend to him, we'll take these messages your way, and we'll be right back.
Marching band has been doing great this year, winning multiple first and second place awards at their last competition. They have another competition tomorrow, October the 14th at AC Reynolds at 2:20. We also want to congratulate senior trumpet player Tyler Bennett, as he has been selected to perform in Carnegie Hall this February as part of the Honors Performance Series. The inaugural Swain High women's golf team played the first and second round of the Smoky Mountain Conference Championship this week, taking second place in conference. On Tuesday, the Lady Devils volleyball team won their game against Robbinsville at the last minute 3-2. And Thursday, they played Andrews and won 3-0, securing second place in conference. They'll play in the Smoky Mountain Conference Tournament semifinals Tuesday, October 17th at Andrews. The men's soccer team took 2 wins this week at home. Monday against Andrews, the final score was 5-1, and Wednesday.
Fans, welcome back. Maroon Devils with the football. As again, we got the cramped player. Good to go. Here's Collins in the secondary. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. He's still on his feet. What? That is just want to.
That's all that is. That's want to. That's you're not going to just barely get a hand on me and bring me down. If you're going to bring me down, you're going to have to work for it.
He ran through 3 or 4 arm tackles, and that's what they were.
And that's what it is getting lazy. The Murphy's getting lazy. They're just trying to hoping he goes down, and you can't.
And I think they may be trying to strip the ball, Cody.
And they probably are. They're desperate at this point, so they're trying different things because obviously just a tackle isn't going to win the game. You're going to have to do something amazing. And it was a great job by Josh, not only keeping his feet but hanging on to the football.
Yeah, they're going to try to. They're going to try to punch it out. Collins is up loose again, down inside the 10-yard line. He's in the end zone. Touchdown. Maroon Devils with 5:35 to play, and that might put it out of reach as we have a Murphy player down in the end zone.
And I'll be honest with you, he straight. He embarrassed that free safety. The free safety ran up and was trying to give him all he could give him, and Josh said, "I've got everything you want and more." And he's flat out ran over that free safety.
Collins is tough. He's very physical. Very physical player.
217 yards for Mr. Collins.
Wow. And he's already the leading rusher in the conference with 1,174 coming into this ball game. So that gives him almost 1,400 yards now in 8 games.
And at this point, I imagine Coach Holt, you may have Josh and a couple of them on defense, but if you get back in on offense again, I'd be giving the ball to somebody else. Josh is certainly proving his worth right now, and let's get some other people in there to get some reps and make sure Josh stays healthy.
And the injured Murphy player is still down. Looks like I see our certified athletic trainer out there, Kerry Powell, working on him. And while they attend to that, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Maroon Devils up 28-7. Fans, welcome back. Hunter Stalkup was the injured Bulldog player. He does get up, walk off the field under his own power, shaken up, but I think he's going to be okay as he walks off, and the Maroon Devils line up to go for a 2-point conversion here. Same set we've used pretty much all night. 3 backs right behind the quarterback.
Gillespie.
And we had a guy
there
move, and he's in the end zone for 2.
Yeah, that was wide open.
And he was quick up with the ball.
Oh, yeah, and that was wide open before the ball was even snapped. That was perfect.
So now the Maroon Devils with I think that's supposed to be a 3 on the scoreboard, 30-7 lead with 5:35 to play here in the annual rivalry game. And coming into this game, Cody, we didn't talk about this, but there's really a close margin in the series. Our Maroon Devils have an edge of 41 wins, 33 losses, and 2 ties. And we mentioned Murphy has won the last 5, but I think that streak is going to come to an end.
It sounds like it is tonight. Hopefully, unless there's some miracle they can pull out, it certainly looks like it.
So now Murphy getting ready to return the kickoff. We hope Hunter Stalkup is okay, seriously. He's a fantastic football player, and I'm sure Coach Joseph Watson knows we need him the rest of the way because, hey, there's playoff games coming, folks.
It looks like they've actually I think he's back out there now. And they've moved him over here from the last time we kicked the football.
Yep, he's out there
on this side. Yeah, so they've moved him over here to try to get this football, so hopefully we kick it to the opposite side.
So Stalkup is at the 24-yard line, and it's going in his direction. He's going to take it, actually, at the 35. He's already back in the game, and he takes another hit and goes down at the 39-yard line. And I tell you, Hunter Stalkup has just been taking some hits tonight.
He has.
Man.
And I know Murphy's, trying to stay in this thing, but at some point, you still have games left to play.
Yeah.
You've still got a lot of season left, and Stalkup, just with the ability of what he's done tonight, is a very impressive young man. And you don't need to get him hurt right here or wear him out too much. in this game.
Oh, no question about it. And now it's going to be Hunter Stock up again. He gets hit in the backfield, actually dove forward for a couple of yards. One of the guys who hit him in the backfield looks like, I think that Skeet Cook came up, and also Josh Collins.
Yeah.
And by the way, we finally got to Paul Crawley watching. He's had a long, busy day. It's a busy time of the year, October, here on the mountains.
Slinging a lot of ice cream in October.
Oh man, I tell you what, that's some good stuff. Second down at 8 now. Bulldogs with the football. Quarterback looking right, throwing right, got his man. Short game.
Oh, he fumbled. That's a fumble.
And they're going to say incomplete. I thought he had it.
I thought he did too.
But they're going to call it incomplete. And so the Bulldogs with a 4-yard gain. Now it's going to be incomplete. No gain. Third down and about 8 coming up with 5 minutes to play.
It's a great job again. Just continue to play fundamental football.
That's it.
That's all you're doing. You don't need anything spectacular right here. You just need to stop them, and we can certainly do that. I mean, I imagine they're going to throw the ball here on third down. They like to run what is called a 2X deep, and I imagine they may try to do that here. The inside man runs out. There he goes.
Yep. And actually,
great job.
Yeah, complete over there. Are they going to say complete or incomplete? I think they're going to say.
It has to be incomplete. I thought the ball went.
I don't even
know if he caught the ball.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't go to the deep man because he had a little bit of room down there.
They usually do, and especially now, but they were probably just trying to get it to the big man right there. But they usually fade someone in behind them. That's one of their favorite plays. Or they'll switch them around and want to run up the sideline. They try to do some trickery with their passing at this point.
And again, they have a big target out there. Number 1, Zach Scogan is 6'5". And this time he's going to come over here. Now Scogan comes to the right side. And Murphy's going to have to use a timeout because the play clock is running out. And they're going to go for it on fourth down, obviously, Cody, because they have no choice with 4:44 to play, down 30-7.
Probably what they're going to try to do is if they're not going into the twins formation and they're putting one guy over here, they're probably trying to get a one-on-one matchup and just try to throw up a jump ball, something that he's going to out-jump and try to get.
And when you've got a 6'5" guy over here,
that's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad plan, is it? Not a bad plan. Don't forget, fans, next Friday, it's going to be Parents' Night here. We used to call it Senior Night, but it's going to be Parents' Night, our last regular season home game with the Cherokee Braves coming into here to Swain County Memorial Stadium and Boy Steets Field. Last week, 2 weeks down the road, we're going to be over at Big Oak Stadium in Robbinsville to wind up the regular season. And if things go, if we finish strong tonight, if we win, and again, you don't want to count your chickens, but if we win tonight and next week, that Robbinsville game could be for the conference championship.
It'd be a big one. It'll be a big one no matter what.
Whew.
It's Robbinsville.
You said it.
At Big Oak Stadium. It's always a big one.
Fourth down now. Quarterback back to throw, rolling right. He's very quick with his feet. Now he's going to tuck it and run, forced out of bounds.
I don't think he got there.
He's short if he.
Yeah, he's short.
Yeah, on this side.
I don't think he ever got there.
Yeah, the spot is short on this side. It's going to be Maroon Devil football.
Sure enough. I mean, great effort by him. He didn't have anything to do. They were trying to get a man one-on-one over here in the corner, but.
So close. And that's going to basically, you can kind of see it in the body language. This game with 4:38 to play has been decided for the most part.
Yeah, that desire. I mean, you can see it in Murphy's players right now. I mean, they're a lot more lackadaisical than they were.
And you know, this is such a tough conference. It's every week is just it's almost like a fist fight every Friday night.
It is. It's like playoff, and they're lined up off sides to get what he backed up right there. But it certainly is at this depth of our conference. It's really. It's tough. It's tough physically. It's tough mentally.
Oh, there goes Collins again. He's going to score again. And that's the same play he ran one in before.
It is. And they've just forgot about it. I mean, at that point, they weren't even trying to cover him.
Yeah.
And he blew right by him.
He really did. Nothing fancy, but he got past the line of scrimmage, and there was nobody out there.
I think at that point, I mean, I don't know that Coach Holt is trying to do anything. I mean, that's just a straight-up dive play. Certainly not trying to do anything, not trying to run up any score. But I tell you what that does, that builds confidence in our players, and it certainly makes a statement of what we're trying to do and what we're about. We've had a couple of weeks of real close games. It's good to have a little breathing room in the fourth quarter. We haven't had that in a while.
Oh, boy, last week was another real physical battle, Cody. It was just physically tough. They had, they've got that big 220-pound running back to Taylor McClure, Chad McClure, the coach's son, and he's a beast to bring down, and it was just a head-knocking game.
Well, his dad was a beast to bring down. I remember as a kid watching him, and I mean, he was truly a man among men out there.
He was. Always good talking to those folks over there. Frank Leatherwood over there, one of the assistant coaches, and they got a couple of players hurt. We hope they're going to be okay, and we didn't want to see any of these kids hurt and unable to play from week to week because, especially as seniors.
Absolutely, and it doesn't feel like it when you're out there, but there's a whole lot left of life, beyond high school football, and we certainly don't want anything to be lingering or something to be permanent for any of these players, and wish the best health to all of them.
Oh, no doubt. 37-7. Maroon Devils in control right now with 4:31 to play. Hunter Stalk up again, back deep. One of the up men at the 25-yard line again. Dangerous return man, and the ball's going to go right to him it's going to go out of bounds. He can't get the handle. So it's going to be a Murphy ball at the 35-yard line. So Reese Winchester kind of took a shot over there. He gets up limping. And
that's what I was talking about. They're going to start throwing shots like that, and so you got to really pay attention.
And he's kind of shaken up.
He's limping because I don't think it was anything crazy. I don't think he rolled anything. I think he got his foot stepped on, which is painful. But it's not anything that's going to be debilitating. It's just really painful to get stepped on like that.
So now Murphy with the football. First down and 10 at the 35 as the kick went out of bounds, and they're going to hand it off to the left side, and now getting into the secondary. And finally, again, there was a big hit by Corey Stillwell as he locked horns with Cameron Clem, a freshman running back, number 5 for the Bulldogs. And now with a first down and 10, Murphy with the football. Again, we want to say thanks to everybody upstairs. Joe Holt, of course, keeping everything under control, along with Emma Dingle, Audrey Zelenka, and Josh Gordon down on the field tonight in the rain.
Doing a great job.
Yeah, they really do. All those folks put it all together. Now the quarterback is going to roll right away from pressure. He's going to have to run it. Can't find anybody open and runs out of bounds with a gain of about 3, almost 4 at the 50-yard line for Murphy. And that stops the clock at 3:46 to play.
Yeah, it's chewing up the clock. I mean, the more he runs around, the more the clock's getting chewed up. So.
And again, we'd like to remind you, volleyball playoffs coming up next week. Varsity next week on Monday. Swain and Cherokee get a first-round bye. Playing on Monday, it's going to be number 3 seed Robbinsville against number 6 seed Andrews. And number 4 seed Hayesville playing number 5 seed Murphy on Monday. Again, here comes Clem around the left side. He's got the first down. And then on Tuesday, Cody, it's going to be number 1 Cherokee playing the Hayesville-Murphy winner, and number 2 seed Swain Tuesday playing the Robbinsville-Andrews winner. That's in varsity play. Now, JV volleyball is going to be played tomorrow. All these games at Andrews.
Like I said, I'd love nothing more to give Robbinsville their third loss.
It's been an interesting season. We won, of course, the big match here at Swain, then went to Robbinsville and won. And boy, they were exciting matches. First down and 10. Quarterback is going to be in the gun now for the Bulldogs. Here comes pressure. He steps away. He's got quick feet. He's being chased, and he's going to have to run it again. He can't find anybody open. And finally, we chase him out of bounds over there, but coming up on the hit, looks like James Stroman, number 7 on the tackle. And 3 minutes to play here.
Yeah, it's academic at this point.
Yes. Yes.
You're just playing. You don't want them to get anything big. Certainly don't want to score as long as they're chewing up clock to try to get in the end zone. That's a win for us.
So now Murphy brings twins over here to the right side. Everybody else in tight now, and they're going to run it to Hunter Stalk up again. He's forced out of bounds. over there on the Murphy sideline.
Well, I tell you what, Josiah Gillespie he's impressive, not only on offense, but I've seen him do that a couple of times where he meets somebody and he wraps them up.
He does.
When he wraps them up, he pushes them back. I mean, they don't get another step on him. So he's a very impressive defensive player as well as offensive.
Yeah. Love to see him play at the next level. He's got the size at 6'2", 200 pounds, and he could probably add some more, and he's quick.
He's quick, yeah, he certainly does. He's got the size.
So now first down, Murphy inside the Maroon Devil 30-yard line. They fake the handoff to Stalk up, throwing it down the right side. Got a man open down at the 10-yard line. He's going to be first down and goal. Murphy, that's the big guy, as we mentioned, 6'5", Zach Scogan. And again, he's a big target.
He just kind of rolled out. He's setting a curl route and then did a little out and then just started up. And that's all it was a little up route, which we're playing a little bit deeper. We're playing defense. We're not pressuring like we would in a real tight game right now. So that's the reason why he was able to do that. But the thing, like you mentioned earlier, you're not going to be able to do that now. They're probably going to have to stick to running the football.
There you go, because the field does get tight down on this end. Quarterback almost bobbled it. Pulls the football in. He's going to run it. And it's going to be brought down at the 8-yard line. Again, open field tackle over there again is James Stroman.
That was a great job of coming downhill and making contact.
Yeah, he was over there again with Mason Cochran and Corey Stillwell. And, got a couple of new faces out there, but a lot of the starters are out there still, though. Those big guys up on the Wolf front, Grady Insay and LD. They've had a pretty impressive night.
Oh, they have. The guys up front, I mean, they're the workhorses of this. They will allow our linebackers in secondary to be able to do what they're doing.
Pass in the end zone is going to be caught in the back of the end zone. He overthrew all the defenders right in the back corner for the Murphy touchdown.
I'll be honest with you.
Man.
We had that played. We misjudged the jump.
Yeah,
That's all
jumped
it was.
too quick.
I thought for sure there was two people going to pick that ball off him, and there was no way that got by him. I think it hung in the air a little bit longer than they thought.
Yeah, they just jumped too soon, didn't they? And it just got right over their hands. In the far corner of the end zone was that Murphy receiver.
I still don't know how they didn't pick that off. I thought for sure Cody had that picked off.
Yeah, two guys had shots at it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Now Murphy lining up, going for two. Here comes a blitz up the middle. Here comes a timing pattern in the back of the end zone. This one's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. With 1:23 to play, it's now 37-13. Maroon Devils will improve to 8-0. And, I'm trying to think. Cody, last undefeated team was yours back in 2004.
It was. Completely undefeated in 2004. That's I think, 2011 had an opportunity, or 2012 had an opportunity, and an unfortunate loss in the state championship game there. But, I mean, it's tough. It's hard to do that week after week, stay that focused week after week, and stay that healthy week after week. Being a 1A school, that's the biggest thing, is just being able to keep the kids that are going on both sides of the football. The Josh Collinses out there that are carrying the ball 25, 30 times a ball game. Is keeping them healthy for that amount of games.
It really is. And, it's talking about undefeated seasons being rare. It was 25 years between ours from 1979 to 2004, that far apart for two undefeated seasons.
Yeah. It's really hard because not only are you playing your conference, that is one of, arguably, the most difficult conference in the state.
Yeah.
You also have some of these other games where you're playing the Franklins, the Tuscolas. For us, it was Morristown West, dressing 101 football players.
Ooh, I remember that.
And platoon and complete offenses. I mean, that's hard on a little 1A team.
It was. But, yeah, we had a long day over there. They tried an onside kick, and
I think we got that somehow. And if we did, that's amazing. We did. We sure did.
Maroon Devils got the onside kick. We can run out the clock. But talking about that thought again, Cody, I remember it well. We went over to Morristown West, and they wore us out. It was really hot, and we had some guys hurt. But they come over here to our place the next year, and the tables turned.
It did. We surprised them for
and,
sure.
And I don't know how you guys felt, but when we beat them here at Swain County Memorial Stadium that night, I knew that team was special.
And we did too, and it was kind of one of those feelings where, we were like, wait a minute, we can actually do this. Because you never know in the offseason. You're going against yourselves. You're trying to do that, but then you play a caliber team like that and you're able to beat them, and you really know, like, wait a minute, we can do something.
Yeah, and it was a special year. James Stroman on the carry. He gets about 3 or 4 yards out to the 46. And again, we're basically not sure why Murphy called a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, they have. And just like we were talking about, it's not that different here. What this team was able to do is they kind of came out, and I think they almost surprised themselves at the beginning of the year. Even though the coaches are the ones that can notice it, some of the players, it's not that you doubt it. It's just you don't ever get to see how good you are until you go up another team. And what they've been able to see when they were playing Franklin and some of those teams and just blowing them out of the water, man, it was just, wait a minute, now we're pretty good.
Yeah,
and
you said it.
You've got to balance that with knowledge and not arrogance. You've got to make sure it's like, hey, we're pretty good, so let's continue to be good. Let's continue to be feared. You go from the point of being respected to feared, and you can see that. And this is what is good about scoring scores like this against Murphy. Is now you go from being respected. Murphy came in here and respected us. Now these teams are going to start to fear you.
Yeah.
Because now you're not just another team that can win. You're the team that the other team has to beat.
That's it.
And I think that's where we're at as Maroon Devils right now.
Second down now as we also have a new quarterback in the ball game. We stay on the ground for a first down as Andrew Cody is in. We've had a couple of requests for scores. We don't know the score of the Smoky Mountain Franklin game. Also, tonight is the big showdown between Pisgah, Tuscola, and whoever wins the 50-50 pot's going to be very happy. And boy, I tell you what, I know Pisgah wants to win that one because they still feel bad about losing last year because I think they'd won 9 or 10 in a row before Tuscola ended that streak last year.
Right.
So,
and the last I heard, but now it was in the first quarter, was that Tuscola was up. But that's the last thing that I had heard.
Yep. Brett Chappell he's chomping at the bit. He wants to get him back on track there at Pisgah. First down for the Maroon Devils. Could be the final play of the ball game as Cody hands off. It's going to be Stroman, and he's tackled in the backfield. On the tackle is going to be Braden Killian. And we do not have to take another snap. The officials are running off the field. There's Neil Blankenship showing them the way out the gate. And, wow, an impressive score here, 37-13. I'm not sure I saw this score coming really when this game started.
I did not. Yeah, I knew that it would be a battle. I figured that it would be a lot closer, but what we were able to do there is we found the hole, we found the weakness, and we started really pouring it to them.
And, when we saw Josh Collins really broke those those long touchdown runs, Cody, that just kind of broke the game open.
It did. It broke the game open, and for lack of a better term, it broke Murphy's back.
Yeah.
When that happened to him, that was a sword in the stomach. That 2-touchdown lead, really, they knew with the way we were moving the ball and the way the inability for them to move the ball on offense, they knew that was a dagger. And at that point, they got desperate, and that's where the next 2 touchdowns came in behind it as they got desperate and really trying to make a big play, and they just weren't able to do it.
Oh, no doubt. I tell you, Rod White's got to be happy because the Wolf front is alive and well here at Swain County High School.
It certainly is, for sure.
And so I want to say goodbye to our good friend Gary Lackey here. Haven't seen him in years. A great Swain High athlete through the years and hadn't been here back home in a while. And good to see our guys come home, Gary. It really is. It really is. And, hey, you might have been our good luck charm. Who knows? So that means you got to come back.
Yeah.
Not Gary Lackey, a great player in his own right back in the day. But says a lot about this football team. I think, after last week, it was a struggle against a good Hayesville team. I think Hayesville is just underrated as part of the problem. They're a very good football team. But I think the way our Maroon Devils bounced back in this second half and broke open the game says a lot.
It is, and what we've been able to see is you're not gonna win the ball game in the first quarter.
Right.
You're not going to win it in the second quarter. But what you're able to do, if you continue to play disciplined football and you continue to chisel on that stone, eventually it's going to break. And then that's what I've been able to see from last week. They fought back, and this time they stayed ahead and were ahead and able to continue
to build on that.
And obviously now basically the season is in front of us, and we control our own destiny. We've got Cherokee coming in here next Friday. Then in 2 weeks from tonight, we go to Robbinsville. And again, if we win next week and Robbinsville keeps winning, they're winning easily tonight, that could set up the big showdown for a Smoky Mountain Conference championship and the number 1 seed in the playoffs, which means some good home playoff games. I know that's a lot to think about, but that's what's on the line.
That is what's on the line. I mean, not only do you want to win this for the Smoky Mountain Conference and be undefeated, but ultimately you are playing your regular season for those home playoff games.
Yes.
And I don't care what anybody says. Playing Elkin away or playing Elkin at home does make a difference. Playing Hobson when you're not having to drive 7.5 hours to play a playoff game, that makes a difference. And so you are really playing for those home games, and hopefully we'll be able to get some.
No doubt about it. Fans, that's going to wind it up again. Our Maroon Devils winning with a convincing fashion here tonight. And again, so many other things going on. JV volleyball tomorrow at Andrews, varsity tournament next week. Cross country Smoky Mountain Conference championships tomorrow morning at 10 up at Katua Field at Governor's Island. Volleyball Monday at Cherokee. And speaking of Cherokee, they're going to be right here next Friday. And another team you can't take lightly because every time we play, it's just physical.
I'll tell you what, Cherokee is never going to let Swain County go by them without giving them a fight.
You said it.
And they're going to fight tooth and nail when they get here, that's for sure.
No doubt. Fans, that's going to wind it up. Thanks to Cody White for joining us here tonight. It's been a great broadcast. I know his dad, Rod White's a happy guy because he helped coach tonight, and man, it's anytime you win in this rivalry, it's sweet.
It is. It is so sweet.
It is. Fans, have a great weekend. Join us next Friday. We'll be right back here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Hello, viewers. My name is Audrey Zelinka, and I'm one of your student correspondents with the Maroon Devils Network. This channel was created in 2014, and since then we've had over 430,000 views, but more than 75% of those have been non-subscribers. Right now our channel has a little over 2,400 subscribers, but we want to reach a goal of 5,000. To help us do this, you can like, subscribe, and share our videos. Thank you for watching the Maroon Devils Network.